Well, Master is on a shiny treasure hunt, isn't he? Hunting for an elemental hero flame wingman? Oh, the thrill. I do hope luck is on his side today. And if not, let's just say Master might hear a bit of my fiery tongue. Let's get this show on the road.
What the hell is Sugar talking about? What the fuck? Fiery tongue? About what? Not getting lucky? What the hell does that mean? What the hell? Alright, more importantly, yeah, I might have slightly caved in a little bit, okay? Maybe I shouldn't have done it. Maybe I could have saved my money. Maybe I didn't need to get a bunch of random ass cards that I didn't really need to, but it just so happened to be there at just the right time for me to impulsively want to get it, alright? Just slightly. Very slightly. I was thinking of doing like a little gamble, because Caboose was telling me, like, oh man, dude, I love gambling, bro. It's so good. It's like Schrodinger's box right now. And I want to know, what's the one card I actually do want out of the list? And you know what I was supposed to do? I was supposed to look this up before starting the stream, and I didn't. Whoops. Hang on. Google wants to send me some notifications. Google, please. Not now. I don't need the notifications. Alright. Oh, yeah. So there actually is a bunch of cards I do want from this. There's a few random ones, but let me swap on over. Hopefully there's nothing too incriminating on screen, hopefully. But let me give you something to listen to for the next fucking 50 minutes or so. These usually take like 50 minutes. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, so two. I need to fucking find... Oh, God. See, that thing you're looking at right there is in front of my monitor, so I actually can't see fucking card list. Alright. So here are the cards that I do want. There's Destiny Hero Malicious. Not that I would need him, but, you know, he's pretty cool to have. Just saying. And I guess, you know, he works well with Vision Hero Vion as an alternate. Also Vision Hero Varus as well, just because, you know, why not. There's fucking Armageddon Knight, Fabled cards, Deep Sea Diva, Swamp Frog, Atlantean Dragoons, Momel cards, Redux, another Dragon Ruler. Oh, all the Dragon Rulers actually. Oh, Ritual Beast Tamer, Neptus, Ghost Reaper, and Winter Cherries is in here for some reason. Punishment Dragon, 6 Samurai cards. Those are the old ones, aren't they? Why are they like in the main deck? What the fuck? Yeah, the Secret 6. Okay, weird. Thunder Dragon Dark. Interesting. Wait, they made a... Hang on. Oh no, that's not what I'm thinking of, never mind. I was thinking of the other Thunder Dragons. Sorry, Danger Bigfoot. Ghost Sister and Spooky Dogwood. I've heard about that card, I haven't really seen it. Laundry Dragon Maid. Wait, that's not the laundry one. But another Dragon Maid. Arc Nemesis. Nemesis Flag. Nemesis card. I think those are both of the cards that Caboose uses in the Ritual Beast deck. Mech Knight, Dark Beckoning Beast, Ice Barrier, like Abyss Shark, Crystal Shark. Like, okay, look. I really don't want to see Diabell Star or Snake Eyes. There's a Melodious card in here. Thunder Dragon Colossus, House Dragon Maid, Black Rose Moonlight Dragon, interesting. Mecha Phantom Beast, totally awesome, hell yeah. Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon, Nightmare Phoenix. Oh yeah, and then Sky Striker Ace Shizuku. Would love to get one of those. All right, just saying. An Orcus card, Wind Charmer card, Ancient Gear, Water Charmer, Dark Charmer. Oh, actually, you know, the Dark Charmer would be pretty handy too. SP Little Knight is also in here, which is... Actually, that's surprising to me. I thought that card's like $1 billion, isn't it? Is it now worth jack shit because it got reprinted? Oh. Oh. I didn't know that. Hold on, let me turn that down just a little bit. A Promethean Princess, also another really nice card. Monster Reborn? Polymerization is in here. Specifically the poly that I like to use, the hero poly, which is Japanese only, is now fucking in TCG, thank god. So I can use that. Super poly is in here too. Oh yeah, and the OG poly, like the fucking... Well, I guess it's not really OG, but like... It's an alternate art of like the old school poly. 1-for-1 is in here, that's nice. Summoning Curse, Heatwave, Fire King Island, Return of the Dragon Lords makes sense. There's a bunch of other Dragon Lord cards. Red Eye's Insight, Ancient Gear Fortress, the Grass looks greener. Grass looks greener. Okay. Ostinato, I don't know what the hell that is. Set Rotation, Salman Great, Planet Mining, Dragonmaid Hospitality, a lot of Dragonmaid stuff. Medolchi's Salon is in here too? Okay, that'd be kind of nice. All monsters will become twos. Oh my god, Dragon God. Welcome to the stream as well. Clockwork Knight. Oh, Triple Tactics Thrust. That would be another nice card to get. I don't have one of those, so that'd be cool. Oh, Bonfire, more Snake Eye stuff. Rockwood of the Warlords. Brave of the Super Ancient Organism and Trap Trick. Okay, that was just the, like... That was just the main card pool, by the way. And out of all of them, probably 3 cards I'd actually want. Then you got the Boomer cards, alright? Got Blue Eyes White Dragon, Dark Magician, Red Eyes Black Dragon, Man-Eater Bug. Dude, Raigeki's in here? Okay, not gonna lie, Raigeki would be kind of nice. Fissure, Trap Hole, Summoned Skull, Flute of Summoning Dragon, Ultimate Offering, Sangan. Who the fuck? Alright, Magician of Faith, Witch of the Black... Who even uses these anymore? Oh my god. Next on your toon list? Oh my goodness. Can you imagine if fucking... Pegasus didn't do a lot of dueling in GX, but it would be so funny if Pegasus had like a lineup of the GX cards, but in toon form. Actually, I say that, but I think there is a Toon Cyber Dragon card. I think there is. Sorry, Heavy Storm, Mirror Force, fucking Mirror Force. Mechanical Chaser is in here. So I know why these cards are in this pack. It's because they've seen some, you know, tournament relevancy throughout the eons. And I know about the Mechanical Chaser and Legion and all that shit. I've heard about all that stuff. So it makes sense that they'd reprint Mechanical Chaser of all things in the Boomer pack. Cyberjar, Upstart Goblin. Upstart Goblin would also be nice to have. As a Toon Cyber Dragon. See, I'm surprised there's a Toon Cyber Dragon, but not a Toon, like... Not a Toon Hero card. I guess it would get a little too confusing if it had Hero in the name, because then you could use it for Hero shenanigans. But, Toon Cyber Dragon makes sense. Oh, and Toon Ancient Gear Golem as well. I forgot. Yeah, that's a GX card. I think that's it, though. I think it's those two. Jinzo's in here. Jinzo was a pretty pog card back in the day. Morphing Jar 2, Goblin Attack Force, Nobleman Across Out. Why the fuck is that in here? Premature Burial, Cold Wave, Ceasefire, Imperial Order, Magical Hats, Cold Hunters. I'm not going to read all of these. You get the idea. There's a bunch of old cards. United We Stand. That's a fun card. Magic Cylinder, Graceful Charity, Graceful Charity. So weird. Imagine getting these like banned cards nowadays. It's like, hell yeah, dude. Graceful Charity. Is Potter Greed in this list? It fucking better be. Creature Swaps in here, Dark Magician Girl, also with the other Dark Magician Girl alternate arts as well. Good old Dark Paladin, Vampire Lady, Warrior Lady, Strike Ninja, Smashing Ground, Dimension Fusion, Night Assailant, DD Assailant, Machine Duplication, Cyberstein, Lightning Vortex, Deck Devastation Virus, and then Elemental Hero Flame Wingman. Please, Konami, I would love to get one of those, alright? Not so much Thunder Giant, but Flame Wingman would be pretty cool, alright? Cyber Dragon's also in here. Cyber End Dragon as well. Elemental Hero Wild Heart, for some reason. I know why it's in here. It's because it's immune to traps, and back in the day, having a card that was immune to traps is pretty good. That's like, you know, that's eons ago. Chimera Tech, Over Dragon, Future Fusion, Overload Fusion, Instant Fusion, Destiny Draw, Skyscraper 2 Hero City. Dude, if I fucking get Skyscraper 2 Hero City, or I know Dual Academy's in this list too, or that, I will replace the skyscraper that's in that deck for those. Because all it is it just needs to be a field spell. I'm not actually using Skyscraper for its effect. Although it is a pretty handy effect, not gonna lie. Any field spell will do the trick. Any. Stratos is in here too, of course. Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Having a Stratos would be fucking nice. Is it the alternate art? No. Well, that's gay. Elemental Hero Neos Alias, Little Bud, Dark Bribe, Test Tiger, Yubel Terra Incarnate, and Yubel Ultimate Nightmare. Both of those would be nice to have, because I do like using the other Yubel forms, you know, contrary to most people. But the only versions of both of those I have are super old. You know, like worn kind of old. Because I got one from KPJ, and then I also have one from back in the day. Elemental Hero Prisma would be nice, because the only versions I have of Prisma are gold. I don't like the gold print of Prisma. Junk Synchron's in here. Go-Yo Guardian, Gear Town, Zombie World, Thunder King Ryo, Dandelion, fucking Dandelion, Dark End Dragon, Blackwing, Black Whirlwind, Trigodia, more Blackwing stuff, X-Sabers. You can kind of see the generation of cards that's coming out. Like now we're in 5Ds. Also, Elemental Hero Absolute Zero is in here. Would love to get one of those, because the only one I have I think is super rare. That's it. That would be cool to get. Scrap Dragon, Jurak, Slifer the Sky Dragon of all things. Legendary Six Samurai Shien. Hell yeah. Miracle Contact. You know, it's funny. No, never mind. I guess another Miracle Contact would be okay. I just feel kind of bad, because I already have, like, you know, the Miracle Contacts from, like, the Striker Neos pack, along with, like, Air Neos. I'm surprised Air Neos isn't in this pack, alright? I feel like he should be here, of all things. A lot of Necros cards. A shitload of Necros cards. What the fuck? Okay, Dark Magician the Dragon Knight. Sky Striker Mobilize Engage. That would be cool to have. Dual Tower, Dual Academy. Yeah, Dual Academy. And then on your mark, get set, duel. That's a 5Ds card. But I haven't seen. Oh yeah, another Sky Striker card linkage as well. Anything Sky Striker or hero related would be nice. That's about all I'm hoping for. That and, like, I guess Upstart Goblin. But with the preamble out of the way. Oh, hold on. I almost showed a sharp weapon on screen. I better not do that. That could be quite dangerous. Don't want to go against TOS. Especially with the adpocalypse currently going on. Yes, I've heard about that. I don't really give much of a shit. But it's funny as hell. Oh my god, Buttony, those emotes. God damn. So here it is. The fancy Bonanza pack. I thought this was called another rarity collection. I guess it's in the realm of the rarity collections, because there was the red one, the blue one, and this is the gold one. But, you know, I guess it's not called a rarity collection. It's just called Bonanza. Let the goblin loose. So, something that does annoy me with the TCG packs, after opening the Supreme Darkness shit the last time, and if you're wondering why there's no Miku shit up here, it's because that was supposed to be the last pack, alright? That was supposed to be the last one it ever opened. But, like, look at these. What the fuck are these, right? They're just here? You want to know what the Supreme Darkness one had? It had a fucking, like, deck separator, you know? It had one of these. You just fucking peel the ends off and you got yourself a deck separator. That's pretty fucking handy, don't you think? But no, TCG's great, bro. It's great. It's wonderful. Okay. Might as well get started. I was gonna do a little gamble, but I think the only thing I really care about is, like, Flame Wingman. KBJ, if I get a Pegasus, you can have it. Wait, is Pegasus even in this? Is it even in this? I don't know if it's in this. Because I'm mainly on the lookout for, like, you know, triple tactics thrust and shit. Oh, a Melodious Diva? Well, I guess I have a friend of mine would be kind of happy if I pulled any Melodious Divas, because he's into those. Alright. Not in, like, a sexual way, he's just into them. Totally awesome! I remember that, like, fucking meta card. Shrink! Oh my god. Branded opening, another branded card that I'll never use. And Dragon Rulers. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. KBJ, why the fuck is there a toad emote? Do you have a toad emote? Oh my god. I'm also arbitrarily just like, opening the room. I'm not going for like a one side kind of thing. What was it? The fourth card in the pack, I think, is the Boomer card. I think. In that case, it was like Shrink. I think that's how it works anyway. Water Charmer. I don't have a water deck, but that's cool. Laundry Dragon Maid. Oh my god. Pawn of the Faint. Wait, this. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. I guess the Boomer cards are pretty obvious because yeah, no one uses that anymore. Bit of an old card. Oh, there's ultimate rares in here too. Or well, hang on. This isn't oh yes it is. Yes it is. This one's ultimate rare. Not that I'm going to use the Atlantean Dragoons. Thunder Dragon Colossus. Dude, I have PTSD from that card because fucking Caboose kept using it against me and I couldn't do anything because my hero deck literally relies on adding cards to the hand. That card fucked me. Just straight fucked me. Alright. I got the thingy I wanted! Oh my goodness, I can replace the Japanese. Well, I guess I can keep it as a side deck. The Japanese one is a much higher rarity, but I got the card I wanted, kind of, I guess. Laundry Dragon Maid, but in platinum rarity. Man-Eater Bug. Bro, fucking Man-Eater Bug. Camera, I would love it if you could just, you know, like I do that and then it just cuts to the Skyrim thing. Oh, this is that thing that fucking Caboose uses. Protos. Another Mermail Abistius. Alright, fair enough, fair enough. Yo, I'll hit up Caboose if he wants me to send that to him, or if I get a better one. The Scary Man. Oh my god, simply. It is quite a scary story. It's Super Poly. Yo, bro. Super Poly. Camera, could you like... It should be fine because of the background change. However, I'm using a slightly different setup than last time. Zombie Master. That's the Boomer card. Six Samurai United. Dude, isn't that fucking... Oh, Nemesis Corridor. Oh my goodness. Wait, you're telling me I could also do the Nemesis shit if I could just add, like, fucking Corridor to my hand? I can just get Protos to my hand and then just, like, put it in any deck? Like... No way. No way. Oh.
I met Samu and his girlfriend in Target. I talked to both of them, but I felt something was off. Samu's girlfriend was wearing a Todoroki jacket and had dyed red hair. I introduced myself to them both. Samu's girlfriend said her pronouns are Todo/Roki and that she is a Todoroki sexual. I felt something was very wrong. I just knew I had to leave. She all of a sudden started drooling and started staring at her phone at a Todoroki picture and began to passionately kiss her phone. I had to fucking go.
Oh my god, okay, we did that. It's a good copy pasta. Lori, what's Lori? This thing? KBJ, are you building a Fable deck? I'll keep that aside for you though. That's for Fiendsmiths? Oh, I guess it is a light fiend. I suppose you're right. It's not a light fiend card, dude. The fucking market for light fiends is going crazy. Max rarity Valmonica. Wait, is Valmonica a fiend card? Oh shit. What is this one again? This is it's just Prismatic Secret, isn't it? That's all it is. QCR. That's not Q. Oh shit, it is QCR. Well, you know, I've totally forgot. Totally forgot what fucking QCRs look like. I got so confused with the Japanese shit from the other one. Like, oh my god. It's Nemesis flag. It's the other Nemesis card. That's like all 3 Nemesis cards that you need to make Protoss and whatnot. Strike Ninja, another Boomer card. That grass looks greener, please. No. Well, wait, hang on. Oh no, it's rank 11, never mind. I was like, that could be kind of useful a little bit, but no, never mind. I've never used that X1Z before. Well, I guess I suddenly started pulling only from the left. Holy shit. I should also be separating the, well, I'll do that after the stream. Separating the rarities and shit, because goddamn, binder's gonna be fucking big after this one. Not that any of these cards are gonna be like crazy. Is another Dragon Ruler? It is. Yo! Magic Cylinder, no way! Make a Phantom Beast and win the Wind Charmer. QCR Redox? Oh yeah, he is too. Like, are the Dragon Rulers still good? I know they were banned for a while. I think they just recently became unbanned, but like, aren't they power crept by now? Or are they just still like fucking top tier, even after all those years? They're okay. Understandable. Still neat. Interesting. Interesting. I'm sure the Fire Dragon Ruler does see some play with Tenpai, I would imagine. Spencer, oh my god. We'll have to add you on Discord next year. Be sure to do that. Caboose! Yo, Caboose, I already got all your Nemesis cards. If you want some more Nemesis stuff. Salaman Great Circle, Trap Trick. I don't use Labyrinth, but that's cool. Oh, dude. Wanted. Hell yeah. Why does this Bigfoot look different? There must be an alt art, I guess. I didn't know they made another one. KBJ, what? You want the Wanted? What? It's alt art. I was like... I guess dangers are supposedly like that good. Alright. You already all got yours? Alright, fair enough. It's a chase card? When you say a chase card, do you mean like a Chaz card? What do you mean, KBJ? What do you mean? Oh, people want it? Oh, okay. I'm sure people really want Bonfire too. I'm sure that's another hot topic card. Oh, speaking of something that was $1 billion before this, what happened to the stock value of like SP Little Knight? Because I saw that came in this pack as well. Isn't that like basically worthless now? Because that card was like fucking overused to the shithouse. SP is down. Shit. Oh, dude, 1 for 1. Wait. Why is this different? Sonic Check art instead of the Lotus. Interesting.
Dude, it's fucking Wild Heart. Oh my god, bro. Oh my god. Out of all the fucking elemental heroes I could get, I get the fucking worst one, bro.
Oh, okay. Well, that's better. I'll keep that aside. SP is down. all my stock in SP. Actually, I want to keep the 1 for 1 out because I do use that. I'm assuming the regular art for these cards are in here as well. I would imagine. I don't see why they wouldn't be. Oh, and I guess I don't know how rare Promethean Princess was, but I did see that on the card list for this. I guess anything Snake Eye related is, you know, worth something, I guess. Because why wouldn't it be? All right. Yo, 1 malicious down, only 2 more to go. Only 2 more to go. Also, KBJ, I was messing around with the the VTube Studio stuff, I think I like the NVIDIA tracking more. Although it does look like it's more intensive than the Google one. But NVIDIA shit. That's the nice stuff. I just can't play any PC games. Alright. Yo, another one of these guys. Oh my god. Another Danger Bigfoot alt art. Hell yeah. Creature swap. Cool. Oh, it's the Elder Tamer Ritual Beast. Nice. Well, okay, I'll just make a fucking Orcus deck. Alright. Oh my god, Simply? That is quite the jump, though. It's gonna be huge. Galatea. Wait. Fucking hell. My god, KBJ. That's gotta be somebody's waifu card out there, surely. Oh my god, Nightmare Phoenix. No way. I love me some nightmares. Yeah, mine. Fair enough. Oh, cool, Dragon Maids. If only I could just make an entire Dragon Maid deck, wouldn't that be nice? Oh, look! Look, it's a QCR Rainbow Ruins. Oh my god. And the same Lopt, but an ultimate rare. That's nice. Oh my god. All right, it's not called ultimate rare. It's called fucking like it's
Twitcher.calypse is insane. Fmu Widdies.
Minecraft Mark. Prismatic Ultra Rare, I think is what it's called. Prismatic Ultra Rare. And the other one is Prismatic Super Rare. That's what the difference was. I know, I've heard, you know, it's because of a lot of people like Hassan and, Destiny and whatnot. And now all the advertisers are pulling out and Twitch is like an anti-Semitic site or some shit. Like, good lord. Good lord. The downfall is insane. Ostinato, another Melodious card, right? Yeah. I'd have a friend who would like one of those. Oh, dude, it just couldn't be Crossout Designator, could it? Fair enough. Signet Mining. Isn't this a good card? Only for Cyberse. I don't think I have a Cyberse deck. Oh, look! It's the funny card. I actually do want one of those, actually. For, you know, the obvious reason. It's the little guy. There he is. Finally, I have something to, like, out Caboose's board if necessary. Oh my god. Like, I don't understand. Simply, that's how I feel opening these packs. I'm sure, like, a lot of these cards mean a lot to some people, but I'm only looking for, like, 3 things. Everything else is useless nonsense to me. The same pre-roll. It's the only advertiser that hasn't pulled out yet, Minecraft Mario. The only one. Mermail Abyssus. Oh, another Melodious Diva fellow. Fabled Raven. Yo, another fucking Light Fiend Tuna monster. Fuck yeah. Oh, and it's Promethean Princess as well. I will hold on to that one, actually. Promethean Princess would be handy. It's the princess, KBJ. It's the princess. The one problem with the princess, though, is it requires effect monsters, and I don't know if I have a fire effect monster deck. I just have a fire deck. You know, with the obvious. I do want to. Okay, look, I'm probably not gonna make another deck, but hypothetically, would like to dip my hand into like that flame swordsman shit. I know it's garbage, but looks pretty neat. All right. It's a fire starter. Oh my god. Speaking of, it's Armageddon night. Oh my goodness. Oh, another Protoss. Platinum Protoss. Test Tiger. Yeah? Alright. Yeah, the Dragon Ruler. This is the, Prismatic Super Rare. Which is weird that it's called that and not, like, the Collector's Rare or whatever the fuck it was from the other thing. It's basically the Collector's Rare, from the first pack, but They just changed the name for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's like almost literally the same thing. I still prefer like the ultra, what was the prismatic ultra rares are still the ones that I like the most out of all these different rarities. I mean, this thing's fucking prismatic ultra rare. I like that. Or, well, you know, ultimate rare in Japanese. Well, whatever. Nemesis Corridor. I like how out of all the boomer cards, I haven't seen like something that's like a turbo boomer card. Like I haven't gotten Dark Magician or something. Also, how's Dragon Maid? That's nice. Sakuretsu Armor. Yo, fucking old ass card. Summoning Curse. What the hell's this for? Is this just a floodgate? What the fuck is the point of that? Oh! Prismatic Ultra Rare Nemesis Flag. I didn't know the last card could be, special as well. A Mimighoul card. That's a silly card. It's a silly card. Oh, please, Jesus. There's only like a couple more packs left, and I would love to see Flame Wingman, you know. Please, appease the boomer in my soul. I know it's like a 1 in 200 chance, but I would love to see Flame Wingman. Oh my god, I thought that was Duel Academy for a second. Shit. I got baited. Come on, it looks kind of like Duel Academy. Hospitality. Necros Unicorn. Hell yeah. Deep Sea Diva. Another House Dragon Maid. Oh my god. It's always upsetting to see duplicates though. It could have been anything else. Could have been another SP Little Knight. Yeah, that's a better duplicate. Actually, that SP Little Knight would be kind of handy in the Sky Striker deck, because if I want to make the Sky Striker deck legal, I need to have, like, other cards that aren't, you know, Camilla and Engage Zero. I can't use those ones. Mecha Phantom Beast, Draco Sack. Oh my god. That grass looks greener. This is just a... Oh, it's so weird to see a regular secret rare. Drill Warrior. Oh my god. Black Rose Moonlight Dragon. And Monster Reborn. Wow, I hate this Monster Reborn actually. It looks like garbage. I've only seen the alt art Monster Reborn for like the last 10 years. Hang on, I think I've got it in here somewhere. This is important, trust me. It'll be worth. Unless I took it out, in which case, that's gonna suck. And I probably did take it out, actually. I did. Whoops. Oh yeah, I took it out because it requires my opponent to have a monster, and like, there's a possible chance it could be a dead card if my opponent doesn't have a monster. But there was a movie that came out. I think it was the Bonds Beyond Time movie. Going to that movie, they gave you like the alt art Monster Reborn, and it was pretty neat. I think it was either that or like the Obelisk or something. I got it from some movie. I hate all the cards. Somebody did that, simply. Somebody actually did that in a tournament, and like they... What was it? They were gonna lose a duel and then just like, you know, just grabbed a card and like ate it. And then they called a deck count, so a judge had to come over and be like, hey, you've only got 39 cards in your deck, not 40. You banned. And like, I was like, what the fuck? He could just do that? He could just eat the card and like get away with it? like what? Oh my god.
Team in 3 Craft Mario, you caught a junk can weighing 0.46 kilograms worth 5 gold. You now have 3,455 gold.
Show me. It was in the, I don't know if it was in the... Whatchamacallit? Oh, hey, it's this funny card. The Yu-Gi-Oh documentary, but it was in a, like, cheater summary. Like, it was some guy. It was some guy specifically, and there's a video on it from, like, that Abyss... what's his name? Oh my god. He does a lot of, like, Mario Kart cheater people. Lumighost channel. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. It does exist. There was some guy. Oh my god, the eyes. That person's literally me. Holy shit. Allure of Darkness. Starlight Road. Come on, I'm not a 5Ds stan, please. Laundry Dragon Maid and Grave of the Super Ancient Organism. Isn't this a, whatchamacallit? Yeah. Oh, that card would be funny for, that no extra deck challenge in Master Duel right now. I need to try that, by the way. I haven't done it yet. It's literally the Boomer event, you know? Everyone's playing, like, you know, Monarchs and shit, right? Yes, simply. Like, you could do it. Like, you could definitely do it. It's not advisable. Dark Beckoning Beast. No way. I forgot that this even comes in this pack. Signet Mining. Another Necros card. Bro, I'm gonna make a Necros deck. Yo, it's a 6 Samurai card. I don't have my 6 Samurai deck anymore, I don't think. I'm pretty sure I shafted that and it's all gone. All of it. All the Synchros, XYZs, the Legendary 6, they're all gone. It was fucking worthless. It's not like I'll be playing GOAT format anytime soon. Or, what was it? Edison format. Oh my god. Is that Punishment Dragon? No way. I saw Judgment Dragon recently. That was wild. Well, out of all the fucking cards, why that one? Why? Who the fuck even uses that? Oh, it's the fancy Protos in Ancient Gear Fortress. Fair enough. Oh, there's only like 3 packs left, I think. It's almost over. It's almost over. Come on, please. Just a QCR Flame Wingman, that's all I want, you know? Or the Shizuku or something, you know, one of those would be preferably nice. Kizaru. No way. Oh! Okay, well that's a good replacement for the other poly that I have. That's actually an upgrade. Chaos Emperor Dragon. Come on, that's a banned card. Why do you give me that? Yursu, Heatwave. I'm actually surprised they do put banned cards as the Boomer cards. That's not very nice. Wait, it is? KBJ, when the fuck was it legal? What? I thought that card's like permabanned. Forever. Because it's too strong. Oh, well, I guess... Oh, look, there's another card. Oh my god, there's 3 more packs left. What if it just generates a new pack every time? Like, I never run out. That'd be nice. It's bad. Oh. Well, I guess it got power crept then. No way, another totally awesome? Oh, you best be joking. Thunder Dragon Dark. Oh, it's Pegasus. KBJ, look. There it is. Nightmare Phoenix. And another Malicious. Oh, yo, another Malicious. It's not QCR, KBJ. It's not QCR. Could have been. What are the... Oh, actually, I don't know what the odds are. I mean, it's Konami's decision. I assume it's like 50-50 to get a Platinum or a QCR Boomer. But like, at this fucking rate, who knows? Who knows? All these packs are rigged. There ain't no way. I'll be like putting in my own fucking Flame Wingman so I can pull it and be like, guys, look, it was totally here the whole time. Oh, it's that Cyber Dragon card. No way. Oh, well, I guess it's not necessarily Cyber Dragon. Oh, Bonfire. That's one of those like meme cards that everyone uses. Platinum Oracle. Oh. I don't use Dark Magicians, man. I'm not gonna use that fucking card. Oh. Just fucking snap the Bonfire in half. No one gets the tier 0 card. No one. Bonfire is just emergency call, but for pyro cards specifically. Fucking useless, mate. It's nothing more than The ice medallion for ice barriers. Oh, another floodgate. Hell yeah. Dude, I love me some. I'll just play stun with all of these fucking cards I've got. No way. Oh, it's the shitty one for one. But even like the secret reflection is also kind of shitty too. What the hell? That's my last boomer card? Are you shitting me? Out of all the things it could be. Unbelievable. Wow. Oh, another dragon ruler. I think I got all of the dragon rulers, at least one of all of them. That's neat. What a waste of money. Oh, I guess the hero fusion's like okay, I suppose. And I mean, if Caboose did end up getting like, you know, any one of the 3 cards that I would actually need, alright? Suppose that's okay. I forgot to take out the last couple of cards, but I mean, you know, these are here at least. Fucking wild heart. That's all I have to show for that is just a wild heart. What a waste. What a colossal waste. Well, time to fucking move all this shit around. Oh yeah, simply. They're not great. I mean, even if it's not rigged and like Star Wars Outlaws somehow gets an award, it's going to be either Wukong or Metaphor Refantasio that's just going to win the entire thing. Oh my goodness, Lenny Wheeler. Lenny Wheeler, I was about to swap over. I was about to swap over. Look, it's a fancy card. But thank you so much for the raid though. Welcome to the stream. What were you guys playing? I actually need to swap over to the BRB so I can actually like give you a shout out and everything. So give me one sec. Whoa. But thank you so much. Let me just move this shit around. Sniffer. Oh my goodness, that emote. There you go. What that was, by the way, was it was the Yu-Gi-Oh! Bonanza pack. Look, Caboose might have convinced me slightly to maybe give it a go and like, yeah, let's see what's in it. It was worthless. Okay, it wasn't worth putting in the investment for that. I was probably better off just ordering the cards I wanted online for like the same price. Could have just been cheaper that way. But I guess I got an SP Little Knight now, so that's something. I guess it's not great, but it's something. But let me swap on over. Also, Lineal, by the way, if you're wondering, Sugar got a bit of an upgrade. She now sounds totally different, like completely different. All right, I'm also getting rid of the capture because I'm never ever going to use the capture ever again. But let me get rid of these things. Also, I have a new thing as well. I say a new thing. It's not really a new thing. I just need to move this shit around and I can do it. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be totally worth it. Also, the plan for now is to, I'll probably have to change the title, but the plan for now is to set up the fancy Steam discussions. Because some people have been saying some shit. Some wild and wacky shit. Replay Persona. Oh my goodness, simply. It is quite a good game. Whoops. I still have yet to play Persona, what was it? 4? I've heard 4 is really good, but I have not played it yet. Whoa. Oh yeah, but people have been talking shit about Dustborn. And I'm, you know, I might have poked the hornet's nest a little bit. Just a little bit. Just because I was curious, alright? Alright, should be almost ready. Persona 4 exists? It does. Echoes of Wisdom. Oh my god, I was learning. I haven't properly played that game. I didn't skip it. I did get Echoes of Wisdom, but I've only played it briefly. Because like there was something else that came out just before then, and I forgot what it was now, but right after Echoes of Wisdom came out, then there was also the Mario Party game that came out, and then the Mario and Luigi game came out, and I've just been playing like Brothership for like the past several weeks or so. It's pretty fun. It does look really good. I don't know how in-depth it gets with the copying and stuff yet, because I think I've done the first dungeon, but like that's about it. It looks good though. It definitely looks good. Oh, the game's hella long. Oh man. I mean, a lot of Nintendo games, speaking of Brothership as well, Brothership is also quite long, which is good. That's a good thing. But hot damn. 35 hours in, Jesus Christ. Also, Brothership is very good, Millennial. It is quite good. I have been liking it a hell of a lot. Alright, I think sugar's all in place. Up to regular standards. I'm assuming if Echoes of Wisdom didn't sell too well, it might have been because, you know, it's more of a different take on Zelda, I think. People are freaking out over oh wait, the Brothership thing. I think Brothership's pretty good. Alright, I think it's pretty good. It's definitely better than the last two Mario and Luigi games for sure. Not including the remakes, of course. Alright. Everything seems to be set up in place. Alright. I'm gonna like sit comfortably now, which isn't easy to do. And I'll change the music in just a second. Oh yeah, I did close that. There we go. Alright, who's ready to read? I would do the bingo thing today, but I don't know how I would track the bingo thing, so I'm just gonna leave the bingo on the side for this one. Being pretty good, Wheeler, being pretty good. There was something, what was it? KBJ's gotten me into the whole like I don't want to say like the VTuber stuff. I've had this model for like ages, but I haven't used VTube Studio before. And it is pretty neat what you can do with it, and I'm liking it quite a bit. Also, setting up whatchamacallit, the TTS was funny. VTuber. Goddamn. Oh, that's true, that's true. I mean, fucking, Mario and Luigi, what was it? Bowser's Inside Story is like, you know, quite good. So, it makes sense that they would remake that, just so people could, like, play it. But now, unfortunately, it's like on the, whatchamacallit, it's only on 3DS, and 3DS isn't really supported anymore, so that's great. Maybe they'll port it to Switch at some point. Just stands, yes, Minecraft Mario. Sugar is alive, somewhat. Oh, out of all the things, I didn't... Shit, hang on. Alright. Alright. Oh, I didn't change the title. Well, Fuck. I'll at least just do, where is it? I'll do this. There we go. But she can talk as well, Minecraft Mario. Well, talk better anyway. I've been messing with the settings, because I saw that 11 Labs lets you do some pretty crazy shit. And I'll probably tinker with it, more so, just to see what can happen. But, for the time being, it's pretty good. Also, hang on, I have a bunch of stuff open that I probably don't need to open anymore, like this card list. Anyway, that's all good, Wheeler. Thanks again for the raid, by the way. I do appreciate that a lot, and hope you get some good food as well. Basically, there's a few topics I want to go over today. One was this. It has nothing to do with the Game Awards, by the way. This just devolved into absolute nonsense. Oh, actually, speaking of, is there new stuff? Wait, this had a bunch more new comments. Okay, I'll get to that in a bit. But basically, I might have voiced a few opinions in here, alright? Just because I was curious what people wanted to say. But I'll get to that. The other one is this. Talking about Asmongold, of course. Game of the Year is unfit for purpose. Boycott. You know, why not? And Papa Shekels, let me know about this guy. So, in the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, this guy has said some very controversial shit before. I guess it's not really controversial. He just has the same talking points that every other boomer has, where, oh, I like old Yu-Gi-Oh! Old Yu-Gi-Oh! Is better than new Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's about the extent of that plot point. He's just like that. He's just like that. Now, I'm probably gonna save this one for the end because it's only 37, and I don't know if this expanded any further. I don't want to refresh it. I don't want to refresh any of these pages because I'm so scared that like they're just gonna get randomly deleted. I've learned my lesson. All right, I've learned my lesson. But this guy was very interesting, and Papa Shekels and him had like a bit of a back and forth, and Papa Shekels was telling me he went through this guy's history, and none of what he said is real. So it's very interesting from Flint X to project a false narrative, so to say. But we'll come back to that. I should change my category to Dustborn, which I haven't done yet. Because, you know, we're talking about Dustborn, of course. Where is it? Here it is. But let me get a drink first. There we go. Dustborn at the TGA is not a thing. Seems you got robbed. I feel sorry for the 18 players still playing the game. Is there still like a significant amount of people playing this? Hold on. Google, stop trying to send me notifications. I don't want to know about you, Google. It must have spiked in popularity recently. I thought nobody played it. What happened? Oh, dude, 4 people? I'm not one of them? How's that even possible? I'm not one of the 4 people. To be fair, I should have the game open. Oh, it actually went down in, like, what's the word I'm looking for? It went down in, review ratings. I guess more people started disliking it, I suppose. While I'm here, I might as well check, you know, how the funny Dragon Age game is going. Everyone's talking about the Dragon Age game. So what that guy said was right. I didn't want to believe him. The guy who was like, "Oh, it's 72% now. It's still dropping. You know, it'll be like 70 by the weekend. It'll be mixed reviews before you know it." He was not wrong. It's going down, surprisingly. which is odd. I thought it would continuously gain more positive reviews because, you know, more people would hear about the drama, more people would post positively about it, because, you know, that's been happening. But I guess the negativity outweighs the positivities. Who knows? Also, that's not a lot of people playing it right now. Oh, I guess it is an all-time low at the moment. Less than 10,000. The game's only been out for like 2 weeks. What the fuck? Or almost 3 weeks, actually. Almost 3 weeks. Jesus. That is depressing. I'm not gonna look at the Dragon Age forums. Again, I'm not gonna look at him. Okay. But, this guy, Holding 6, you may have seen him before. He's a recurring character from another thread. Him and the VB guy. But VB is not here. It's just Holding 6.
TGA, do you mean the Great Angry? That's surprising, given that quite a few people got genuinely angry over Dustborn's inclusion of characters that are not white, male, and straight.
I don't think that's where... Look, I like that a lot of people automatically just go for the race stuff. Like, the race and sex stuff immediately. It's not because the game's bad. Like, a lot of the people, and you'll see further down, a lot of the people who do have issues with the game are not talking about their fucking race, bro. Who gives a shit? It's the actual writing of the story that's questionable, okay? That's where I would assume a lot of the issues with Dustborn lie. Who gives a shit what their fucking race is and whatnot? Also, I feel like there's a missed opportunity here. You could have said the gay awards? Damn, bro. Anything else would have been fine. The lame awards, you know? Could have called it something else. Weird. The characters are also bullies, manipulators, fascists. Keep using that protection to criticism. It sure has worked well till now. Oh, wait. Speaking of, by the way, this is Juan X-Link, you know, from before, from the Jimzid times and the Swag times. There he is.
They are bullies and manipulators in the same way that a playable character in any shooter game is a shooter, or Link from Zelda is a killer with a sword. I haven't seen similar criticism about them. Fascist? That's BS.
I like how the word fascist has lost all meaning. I don't even know what fascist means, but like, people just say anything's a fascist. Like, you could look at that bear outside and be like, that's fascism right there. That bear, fuck, dude. Like, nobody uses it legitimately anymore. And even if they are using it legitimately, it's a fucking meme, like, at this point. Like, how can anyone use that word seriously in any context? Like, no one knows what it actually means anymore. Similar to, like, bigot, for example. It's just one of those, like, buzzwords you just throw out at people. This part I find interesting, however. And I know it gets explained, you know, later, so I probably shouldn't talk about it straight away, but it is interesting to call Link a killer with a sword, by the way. Out of all things, it's just interesting. That's their meme. It is Minecraft Mario. Because Link only kills creatures in self-defense. Same with protagonists of any shooter. You shoot your enemies because otherwise they kill you. Very, very few game protagonists attack or brainwash civilians, not to mention allies. I know this gets brought up, but yeah. Oh my goodness, Catrix! Holy shit! Thank you so much for the raid as well. Welcome to the stream. Let me give you a shout out too. Hold on. Oh god, I got so much crap in the way. Hang on. Catrix, if you're wondering, I did open the packs, and no, I did not get anything good. Well, it depends on your definition of good, I suppose. I got Elemental Hero Wild Heart. That's something, I guess. I also did get the it wasn't a QCR, it was just Platinum Rare. Or maybe I think it was a QCR. Shit, I don't remember. I wasn't looking at it properly, but the Hero Poly in English. So I have the English version now, which is nice. But thanks again for the raid, Catrix. Oh, and 2 Maliciouses as well. I don't know if I'd want a third Malicious. I think 2's enough. Now I just need to get like Denier and Fusion Destiny and Destroy Phoenix Enforcer, and then it's done. Then I don't need any more Destiny heroes, and then I might as well just make the Omni hero deck at this point. I have literally everything else I need. Anyway, sorry, yes. I know Holding 6 is gonna say it, but no one elaborates on it any further. Because this is the part I did want to actually get them to talk about a little bit further. If Pax is only using her Vox in self-defense and not for her own selfish gain, then yeah, I suppose you could pose the fact that Pax is morally in the good, but throughout the game you use your Vox in very like unconventional methods, also on your friends as well, like Gnome gaslighting people is just a bit weird. Alright, just a little bit weird. But nobody seemed to elaborate on that too much, which is upsetting, because I wanted to hear somebody talk about that, specifically somebody who like doesn't like that part of the game. I wanted to know why they didn't like it. They didn't get back to me, unfortunately. Oh, and also at this point, fascist is just a meaningless slur for people who disagree on politics. Yeah, this is true. It's just a meme.
Many counterexamples to that. In Counter-Strike, a vastly popular shooter game, one of the players plays actual terrorists, who are called like that in game. The vast majority of Vox uses in Dustborn is against agents of a fascist state, who is out to kill anomals, so self-defense. Vox uses against our allies are not endorsed by the game, and are a concern in the story.
This is the part I was interested by. Are a concern in the story. What do you mean a concern in the story? It happens quite frequently. Like that, you know, your friends use their own Voxes against each other. It happens quite a lot. It's a bit weird, don't you think? It's a bit weird, maybe elaborate on that just a touch. And why would that be considered bad for the story? You know? Maybe bad for the narrative, perhaps. It's just interesting. A lot of people seem to focus on this part, though. Because Justice... Throughout my playthrough, Justice does not kill anomals. They could. They have the potential to. They might. But they don't. They don't actively, like, kill an anomal. Not on screen. And don't even talk about it, either. They don't say anything about just, like, wanting to murder anomals and just genocide the population. They don't talk about that. And I can't imagine as to why.
Now, criminalizing and eradicating entire groups of people is not something any political opponent will do. Only actual fascists do that.
Actual fascists. Actual fascists. Now, this was at 5 posts when I saw it, and I was like, this ain't gonna pop off, alright? This guy's gonna get the last breath, and then nothing's gonna happen, and it's just gonna die down. So I was like, yeah, I got nothing better to do before I go to bed. I'll just poke the hornet's nest a little bit and just see what can happen. And then I was like, this is a very interesting topic. What are your thoughts on Gnome gaslighting people without their knowledge or consent? Gnome has also used her Vox on Pax without her want to do so, but Gnome does it anyway. It's not like Pax can just say no. The best example of this is right in chapter 1, after Pax's little issue with the robot driver. Regardless of your choice, Gnome will gaslight you into thinking it's okay, forcing Pax to not speak her mind. The scene I'm referring to is when all 3 of your options are to be like, oh, fuck this, fuck that, and fuck this shit. Instead of that, every time you pick one of those options, or if you don't pick one of those options and just wait out the timer, Gnome gaslights you, and it's like, it's okay, Pax. Everything's alright, Pax. Don't worry about a thing, Pax. And, Pax can't say no to that. There's no option to stop Gnome from gaslighting you and actually letting you speak. Gnome, forcibly does it on you, which is interesting, to say the least. It's very interesting. Anyway, sorry. And that's exactly my point. There are indeed quite a few gamers where you play, or can play, as a bad guy. And in those games, your character is called a bad guy for being a bad guy. In Dustborn, it's the opposite. Pax and company are always depicted as heroes,
And even there is some moment that, and even if there is some moment that shows concern about the abuse of Vox, it's easily missed. Unlike times when the game bashes players over the head with messages like, misinformation is an infection. I sort of agree with this a little bit. I don't think they're actually depicted as heroes at any point. They're probably depicted as the good guys. I know this comes up later, but not in depth. But they're not like directly, they would refer to themselves as the good guys. And I'm sure if you asked any villain in the history of forever, like, are you doing a good thing? They'll be like, yeah. Yeah, you ask Thanos if it's okay to like genocide half the population of the universe, he'll be like, yeah. Yeah, it's for the greater good. Absolutely. So like, to other people, they may not be seen as heroes. All right? To other people. And the player in question, this is something I probably should have mentioned later. I know I got a little involved in this later, but I probably should have talked about this a little bit further, because the player should understand, or the player should have enough knowledge and information to make up their own minds about PAX and friends. Because their actions, like, the point I tried to use as an example is the guard scene with like Justice, and how they're not, Justice doesn't look that bad, but Pax sees them as always bad. Like there is no good in Justice. They're all bad. But that's Pax's opinion on Justice, not the players, or at least shouldn't be the player's opinion on Justice. The player should be able to tell the difference between them. But obviously Pax doesn't, because you know Pax has no, well, it'd be rude to say she doesn't have a moral compass, all right? But like she seems very one-sided on her beliefs of justice. Anyway, sorry, your misinformation's bad. That's my also, I don't know how this happened. Like they fucked up the fucking quote here. I don't know how that happened. Well, then why are Proud Boys and Trump supporters called fascists and not Antifa and ADL that criminalized Proud Boys and are trying to eradicate Trump supporters? I have no clue on what the hell's happening in America right now, but goddamn, I don't think he'd have an answer for that anyway. Heck, even in Dustborn's supposedly fascist republic, Justice is never actually shown eradicating anomals. In fact, they literally create anomals so they can defend themselves from anomals like Pax, who, at least early in the game, doesn't have any qualms when using her Vox on peaceful folks. I mean, as seen with Fred. I'm pretty sure that's what they're referring to here, is the use of it against Fred, because, like, I feel like Pax didn't have to do that, but it was done in a narrative sense to show what Pax is capable of. And, you know, morally speaking, it works. Okay, like, you don't really like Pax after that scene. And unfortunately, you don't like it for the rest of the game because of it. But whatever. Oh, look, just putting this out there, Red Thread, if you're watching, it would be nice to have a follow-up with Fred/Annie later after that point, because you're only left with how Fred was feeling afterwards, and that's it. Like, the only other time you hear about him is on the phone call with Ziggy and Annie talking. Like, that's the only other time that you hear that Annie's doing okay. What about Fred? What about Fred after everything that's happened? Like, yeah, I don't really care that they got out. That's fine, whatever. They teleported out somehow. But regardless, I don't get how you can just say that they're okay. Like, I don't know where that's coming from. Sorry. Oh, actually, hang on. I want to check something real fast, because you know, who doesn't like Dustborn, right? Yeah, as expected. No one else is playing or streaming Dustborn right now. How am I not surprised? Anyway, sorry. Oh yeah, and yeah, they're not shown to be killing anomals. I know this is brought up again in like a sort of a brief pass, but their guns, they've never used their guns, not once. The only gun that I think is shown that gets used is Fred's gun, the fucking double barrel shotgun or whatever. Like, that gets shot and something happens there. Like,
I don't know what the scene is that happens when somebody gets shot there. Oh, actually, no, wait, I take that back. They do shoot each other in the diner if you pick that outcome, but those aren't the same. They're not the same, like assault rifle looking guns, all right? They're just 2 pistols. And are they dead? Like, are they actually dead, or are they just knocked unconscious from the bullets? Like, what's the go there? Also, it's kind of weird that you can make them kill each other. If that is what happened in that scene, that's kind of fucked up a little bit, but, you know. Whatever. Anyway. Sorry. Is that killer normals? Where's the in-game evidence that agents of this fascist state kill normals in the first place? I like how this is what started everything. This is the line that started it all. Do you think it's morally wrong to criminalize a group of people that can brainwash you without your knowledge? Or go nova and explode whenever they want? How do you keep normal people safe from anomalies who cannot be disarmed? Seems like fascism, in this sense, is completely justified. He's not wrong. I feel this way too. That just like with the crazy shit that anomalies can do, I think it's best to have a group or task force to be able to detain them, because it seems like there is only a small subsection of humans that are anomalies, enough to, you know, not make it a big deal. All right, like they seem to be a small number of the population, like stand users in fucking JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Speaking of anime as well, another instance of this would probably be like My Hero Academia, right? Where let's take everyone's little quirk, for example. Imagine if that was like a Vox power from the proto language, like everybody's individual quirk was a Vox power, right? Because it sort of feels that way a little bit, right? There are goods and there are bads. There is also a task force in My Hero Academia that takes out, or at least attempts to take out, the villains who use their Vox for nefarious purposes. Quite similar to Justice, you know? Just saying. It exists, and they're the good guys. You know, just saying. Just saying. It's very interesting. Want to kill them with self-defense. Then there's also the prequel comic, where Pax uses her power against normal people, either to scam them or to mess with them for no reason. I haven't read this comic, but I have seen the scene that he's talking about, like where Pax didn't get a tip, or Pax did get a tip and then uses her Vox to get a second tip. You know, like, it's like, I don't know. It's like if you had the ability to go invisible and it's like, dude, I finally can go in the girl's bathroom or something. And then like you do that while I'm being invisible. It's like, is that okay? Like, is that okay? That seems pretty bad, you know? That seems pretty bad. To sort of steal from somebody without their knowledge is kind of bad, you know? It's kind of bad. But whatever. That's fine, I guess. And Pax is over 30 years old. So she's probably been doing this her whole life. She probably has thousands of victims. I wish this was also leaned into a little bit more, because it happens in the prequel comics. So I wonder if she has been using her powers all this time, but I don't, judging by how she doesn't seem to realize the full extent of her abilities, it feels like she hasn't been using them at all. Like, she got them, learned a few new ones, and then had a time skip, and then suddenly started using them again. I mean, what the fuck? Is she ever condemned for this? No. Does anyone ever call Pax out for being a petty thief with no morals and a horrible person who deserves to be in jail? No. I don't know if I agree with this, because I think it requires me to do another playthrough picking the Vox options, because I think the devs are right in that Pax is called out for the bad uses of Vox, the quote-unquote bad users. Now, what I mean by that is, let's take the Psy. I keep using like the chapter 1 examples because they're just right at the start of the game, and like they're probably easiest to get into, right? The Psy bathroom scene. So you can use Vox on Psy in the bathroom, right? And that's not morally good. to, you know, push your friend like that and like force them to do something they don't want to do. Like, that's very questionable. Now you could take that scene, and if you just played the rest of the game and didn't like talk to anyone and just like moved on, you wouldn't be called out for your action against Sai. You'd be completely justified in it. In order to be called out, you have to talk to Sai and actually listen to what she has to say, and then you're given the option to talk about it. I accidentally... Oh, hang on. Sugar's gonna say something.
Mario, you caught an epic octopus weighing 10.5 kilos worth 157
kilos. I don't know why she can't say the word kilos properly.
612 gold.
What was it? That... I should probably make a ticket. I say a ticket. Like, I should probably just, like, mention something to the devs. Like, there should be an hourglass on that dialogue tree, because it doesn't have an hourglass, and if you wait for too long, it gets skipped. I don't like that, because I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to talk to Sai about, you know, the big bad, but it was optional, and it's missable, because it's the timed event. Even though there's no hourglass saying it's a timed event. So I think you do get called out on your stuff. You just have to be very attentive and actually go out of your way to be called out on it, which seems unnecessary. I feel like if you do something bad, you should be called out for it immediately, not like an hour or two later. Anyway, there's another instance of this as well. The same thing happened as well, where like I wanted to say it and then there was no hourglass and it got skipped. There was another instance of that, but I forgot what chapter that was in. Anyway, sorry. This game does a bad job at condemning unethical actions, which make them seem like this game endorses them. This is true. This is what the big controversy was before as well. Because the devs like to think that they did a good job in, you know, condemning the actions from the main cast. Not necessarily, and not to the extent that I feel like it should be. An example of this would be talking to Gnome in like chapter 8, Battle of the Bands or whatever. I think it was chapter 8. Where you are able to talk to Gnome about her use of gaslighting and how that's unethical and how it's manipulative, and Pax doesn't like it. You can talk to her about that, but it's not enough. Should I say her? Oh, I guess I've got to pull a barf now. Fuck me dead. But I guess you're not like, what's the word? There could be more, you know? Well, not only more, but also more throughout the game as well, not just right at the end. Similar to, let's say Pax would get called out on using her Vox. Gnome should also get called out on using their Vox as well, in unwanted or unnecessary situations. At the end of chapter 2, when leaving the when leaving Liberty and like Sai's freaking the fuck out, Sai's like, oh god, they're coming after us, oh god, and then like Sai's like, oh, so Gnome's like, oh, it's just all in your head, bro, it's all in your head. And like, I don't know, man.
Oh brother, this guy fucking stinks.
Oh my god, Caboose, I got a prismatic ultra rare version of the Arc Nemesis Protoss or whatever the fuck. I've got all the Nemesis cards now. I can make the Nemesis thingy. I can put it in. I just have to search the Nemesis card and I got it. But Caboose, thank you for the biddy.
Kabusi, the goose, you caught an uncommon
Did you say Kabusi?
Weighing
Just Kabusi?
1.11 kilos worth 6 gold.
Fucking hell,
You
sugar.
now have 15,992 gold.
Oh, fair enough, Caboose. Caboose, if you got any particular cards that I might be interested in, do hit me up. Okay, I will be down for some monetary exchanges. All right. Why was that auto modded? What's slag mean? What's slag? All right, now I'm gonna look that up. What is? Are you saying racial slurs, Caboose? What is slag? I thought it was just an element in fucking Borderlands. Oh, it's a British slang. Okay. mean, slut? It says to criticize somebody. Hang on. Yeah, you can slag someone. Just slag the shit out of them. I don't see. I don't think it means slut. I think it just. I've never used it in that context before. But throwing shade, you know, slagging them. All right. Wow. You know, I played a lot of Borderlands. I wonder if that was the intent when you slag somebody. I wonder if that was the intent. Yo, I've been fucking perma-slagged, bro. I've been fucking perma-slagged. You gotta get me out of this. All right. Anyway, sorry. I forgot what my train of thought was. Oh yeah. Gnome gaslights Sai into being like, oh, it's all in your head, Sai. It's no big deal. And then Pax is just like, thanks, Gnome. And they just move on like as if nothing ever happened. I want to personally know how Sai feels about that. Like, genuinely? Same with Theo as well. The same thing happened with Theo. How... If let's say Pax randomly was like, you know, Sai, you were freaking out on the bus. Do you remember that? And she was like, yeah, I was freaking out. And then everything was okay. What happened? Well, Gnome actually just gaslit you into thinking it was okay. And then Sai's like, Gnome, why'd you do that? Like, what? I don't know. It just seems not nice to take away someone's free will like that. I don't know. It just seemed good. But, you know, I would like the game to talk about that, please. Like, that would be nice. You can't introduce a problem like that and just not address it for the entirety of the game. Until chapter 8. And even in chapter 8, it's not enough. It's only a one-on-one conversation with like Pax and Gnome and like nobody else. Like no one else. That's it. It's absurd. Anyway, sorry. Blackidge, he's back. I forgot the voice that I use for all these characters now. It's been so long. Well, for wanting to criminalize and eradicate entire groups of people. Killing killers is just defending the human race. You know this, of course. And they're trolling. What? Well, the funniest thing is, I've seen on this forum, people the state deems dangerous should be absolutely genocided. Like, it depends on the severity of the situation, okay? If there's somebody who's gonna kill a lot of people and isn't right in the head and has a pre-made bomb set up ready to blow up something, maybe they shouldn't be around. Maybe maybe they could be an enemy of the state. I know what he's getting at, because people have obviously come up with the lines like, oh, the gays, that should be eradicated, bro. Or the gay, or the lesbian, the bigots, all that shit. That's what he's getting at, and I don't think any reasonable person would normally come to that conclusion. Like, that's just the extremist case of the scenario. Like, if you were to use it logically, and if people's lives are in danger, yeah, maybe, all right. Sorry, anyway. What would be your solution to keep everyone safe from anomalies then? Let's hear it. This is something I would... Oh, and it does get explained, by the way. And I love Houseman's reaction to it, but this is interesting. Oh, sorry. What groups exactly? Sorry, groups of people. What groups? Or studying them and trying to treat them like any other condition. Oh, for those who would want to be treated. And researching ways to keep oneself safe from Vox, either through technology or body modification. So, two things here. One, they have the technology to do this. The leader of Purity has the technology to do this. I don't know why they don't, like, mass produce it and give it to every member of Purity. That seems really good. It was stated in another thread as well. Justice has a serum, a toxin. Oh, I guess it's not really a toxin, but like a drug that stops, that slurs speech, so people can't use Vox. That's another really cool thing that they have, and can mass produce and don't use it for some reason? You know, maybe like little tranquilizer darts that you can like fucking shoot into a normal before they go nova and it stops everything. How about that? That's pretty cool. But no, they don't do it. They have the technology and don't use it. So it's just a bit weird. Oh my god, Caboose, how did you find out just now? If you're wondering, I have a couple of mates now that are indeed dads. A couple of them. Actually, quite a few now that I think about it. I think like 3. Yeah, 3. It's a lot. There's a lot of dads going around. Oh, the other thing as well is studying and researching them isn't technically keeping them safe. Yeah, there might be some. Well, actually, I don't even know if there would be some, because like you'd have to ask, like, hey man, you have a very rare, like, not disease, but a very rare medical condition where you can like create icicle spikes with the sound of your voice, and we would like to study that and maybe perform experiments. Would you be open? Would you like want to sign a contract and we would do that? They'd be no. They'd say no immediately. Like, unless they're getting like $1 billion, they'd probably just say no. Like, no. Also, PAX is already kind of doing that. With the guy, what's his name? Oh man, the guy Jacob, the Nova Scotia man, who's like using PAX to like sort of research more about the proto language and like kind of a job kind of situation. But that's just PAX. That's PAX's situation. That's PAX's whole deal with it. This doesn't apply to everybody. And what about people who maybe just want to go Nova? Maybe there are people out there that just don't like the world. You know, there are people on Twitter right now who don't like America. What if they had Vox powers and the ability to kill billions of people? They'd probably do it. All right, they probably would. So I don't think it'd be too little too late to try researching a way to protect yourself against them. Like, it's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. Studying them takes time and doesn't protect anyone in the meantime. Yeah, that's the thing. Researching ways to keep people safe from them takes time and doesn't protect anyone in the meantime. Also true. While you're busy studying and researching, the anomalies are going Nova and in densely populated areas and brainwashing people, causing a panic. How are you going to keep everyone safe now? Not 20 years from now when you finally have a solution. That's the other thing too. Like, though in the world of Dustborn, they have a solution. They have a solution to mass produce ways to, you know, keep people safe, but don't do it for some reason. I don't know why. Or I suppose that when any of them break the law or use their Vox to manipulate anyone's human rights, that'd be grounds for arrest like everyone else. But I don't believe they should be interned just for existing. At the same time, I also understand the protagonist's desire for freedom and how they would do anything to survive. I don't think it necessarily means they're bad people. The desire for freedom is also really curious in the case of Gnome. Gnome seemed to have a pretty good life. Before doing all this. Like, I know they have a pretty good life afterwards as well. Because, you know, nothing bad happens, right? When you beat the game, it's all fun and joyful. But Gnome has like a whole ass studio apartment and shit. Like they're doing it alright. It's just kind of weird that they take on a gig like this. Oh my god. Also, like, that's what they're doing now. Like, I was gonna say this earlier, but like, the whole argument is about this, and if it's like okay for justice to do it, and judging by this logic, yeah. So there shouldn't be a problem with justice in the first place. There just shouldn't be. Sure, you can try to arrest them, but then they can just use their powers. Law enforcement isn't equipped to deal with that. It would be like trying to arrest a Marvel or DC character. Can you put handcuffs on the Human Torch? How about the Hulk? And that's if you can even detect them. How do you detect someone who can brainwash you? They could just brainwash you into believing that they're innocent, and you'd never know. This is something that could get talked about a little bit, because why does PAX have a device that is capable of locating anomalies? Isn't that weird? Not on like a global scale, or not like a sense like Gnome has for some reason, but visually is able to sense or see anomalies through the meme. PAX has had this device for like 16 years or something, a long time, right? What is stopping Purity or Justice from creating a device that lets them see anomalies or search for anomalies? Clearly it's possible, and has been possible for quite some time. So why is that not a thing? Surely you'd want to be able to see the echoes as well. Surely other people are able to see the echoes, right? Like, I can't imagine that they'd have all this research and technology and not use it, you know, and not like make anything with it. It's really weird. Something that probably should get addressed, you know. Like, why doesn't Justice have the technology to scan for anomalies? Because then they wouldn't need any of this other bullshit. They just know who everybody is. Then you're gonna end up with a whole lot of dead people after an anomal self-destructs during a football game, just because you valued the freedom of a walking bomb more than you did the lives of everyone else. I feel like Houseman is talking like a politician right now. Like, he's talking like a politician. Because, I get where he's coming from. There are bad people in the world that, you know, would do bad things just for the sake of doing them. Like, people would have no reason not to, you know? Like, especially if you had some crazy cool power, like, I don't know, fucking creating black holes or something. Vox powers seem to be like limitless in their potential. Like, it seems mostly voice oriented, like singing, poetry, screaming. I don't know what Psy does. You know? Okay, I'll take that back. I don't actually know what Psy does, because Psy doesn't seem to like produce any noise when you know, becoming the Hulk. Like, there's nothing like, I don't know what happens there. That one's a bit weird, actually, now I think about it. Eli's one's a bit weird, because technically it does take some setup in order for him to like be cognitively like cognizant is what I was looking for. Cognizant of his like imagination, or make other people aware of his imagination. Like, that takes setup and time. I don't think the game is set up in a way to have that happen during combat. Like, he just pulls out a sword. I feel like, you know, realistically, he would be talking to his opponent, making them believe that he has a sword, and that's what makes the sword a reality. Like, something like that is probably what I'm getting at. I don't know. Like, look at what Pax and Eli were able to do with the fucking voice machine towards the end of Rotown. Like, yeah, you could hypothetically say, like, here's the weird thing about that, right? Is that was a real tangible monster. Like the Tar Lord, or whatever his name was, the Tar God, I forgot his name. That was like really there in physical space. It wasn't like a hologram. It wasn't like something that people can only be cognizant of, and if it exists. That it took out like a, oh wait, did it actually? Wait a sec. It might not have actually taken out a helicopter. Hold on. Hold on, how do I find this? How do I find this slice of information? I think I know how to find it. I just have to search for my, like, past live streams. This is actually important. Because if it didn't hit anything, and it was just an illusion, that's pretty neat. That's pretty good. Yeah, Rotan was chapter 9. Okay. Alright, Samurai, slow down. I found the part. Okay, wow, that's interesting. Yeah, it doesn't look like the giant tile monster actually did anything. So it was just like a belief that it was real. So that's something neat. Okay, I didn't notice that before. Yo, Dustborn devs, that's a pretty cool attention to detail. I don't know if that was intended. Maybe it was, but I like that. I like that. So all the people that were around there and could hear the intercom, whether it be like on front of them or in the helicopter, perceived that it was real, that it was there, which is exactly how Eli's power works. So it makes sense. Which, like, I don't know how tangible it would be, like, but I'm glad it didn't actually hit anything, because if it had the ability to actually be like, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess I already said it before, like tangible, and like could pick up and destroy things. That would be... Imagine if that was running loose in town one day, you know? Like, what would they do against that? You know? But it only existed because they believed that it did. So if let's say the intercom was broken and it wasn't working, it wouldn't have appeared. Or it would have been much smaller, you know? Because only some people would have actually heard it. But... or heard the story. Either way, that's an interesting little detail, and that means that hypothetically, if someone who had powers similar to Eli were to use their Vox to terrorize a citywide thing, it would just be a hoax. It wouldn't be real. I mean, it is quite literally a hoax. Like that's what you use in the... I'm moving on. All right. Sorry, and so they were all surviving just fine before the events of the game. Their lives weren't in danger. They were as free as you or me. Sai could afford computers and tablets to make art. They could all have nights out at a bar, and they could afford spray paint or graffiti. They had food, clothing, shelter, jobs, and luxuries. Except Gnome. He was fired. Oh, he? Houseman? You can't say he. Yes, they decided to go on a heist. You gotta pull a barf, mate. You gotta pull a barf. I know how nobody mentioned this, which means I don't think anybody actually read his fucking comment, by the way. Because I feel like somebody would have said something about that. Anyway, yeah, I don't know the prequel comic. All I know is that, like, you know, they were just trying to get by. I assume the reason for them to go onto a heist was Pax's idea. Pax was the one. The others didn't have to agree to it, and I don't know why. Well, I guess Sai, it's so weird because they all explain it like towards the end, where Sai wanted to do it because she wanted to do something more. She wanted to commit more to something, provide more intel to, was it Justice? I think it was Justice. And so decided to go into the heist to get that golden egg, that golden opportunity, you know. Now, it is a bit weird. Gnome is the only one that feels a bit odd. I'm assuming Gnome agreed to it just because Pax agreed to it. Like, that's the only reason why Gnome did it. So I don't know about their whole on-again, off-again relationship. It just comes across as very odd to me. I don't know. It's really weird. Especially when, like, your introduction to Gnome is, like, all permanently off. Like, are they just not, like, hanging out anymore? Like, what's the go? Anyway. I'm getting distracted here. They seem to have, like, an okay life. They probably were in fear of, like, not being able to express the, like, their use of Vox. And, like, holy shit, I can't imagine what a town would be like if they just let people go wild with their Vox. Like, holy shit, bro. Holy shit. If, like, in like, what happens in Nova Scotia? What happens in other parts of the world? You know? If people with Vox are just allowed to do whatever the fuck they want. Like, I don't think anybody who's an anomal would have any actual freedom to use their Vox whenever and wherever they wanted to. I feel like there would be restrictions everywhere. No matter where you go, there would be restrictions on your Vox. It's not like everybody who's an anomal is going to act human in some way. There are crazy people out there. There are. Sorry, Juan X Link is back again. There's a cozy trolling. I forgot what voice I did for this guy. So I take it you're on the camp that touts the punch the Nazis slogan and gets to decide who said Nazis are. I swear it's like lack of self-awareness. You know, that's awareness is a prerequisite for you lads. This has come up before. I've also seen this happening a lot with the game, well, not okay, election controversy and whatnot, but you know, so that's another whole other thing. Oh yeah, that's possible. For me personally, that would just be the price we would have to pay as a somewhat decent society that wouldn't intern people for something that would have no choice whatsoever. This is absurd. Hold up, wait. Blackage. Wait, that's insane. I don't know if I read that before. That is a spicy topic. Yeah, we're gonna kill some people. That's okay. All right. This one person should be allowed to live because we shouldn't discriminate. Yeah, this one person. Look, this is just in my opinion. Even if they're a minority and they have a gun that is loaded and are about to shoot a lot of people, maybe you should take out the minority. It's not a hate crime. You're trying to defend a lot of people, a lot of innocent people. You can't justify that, yeah, because they're a minority, they're okay to kill a bunch of people. We're not going to discriminate on any minorities, okay? Regardless of the situation. But that's not okay. You know, it's not okay. Oh, whatever. It's okay. Maybe the people wanted to die. Maybe they wanted to be sacrificed, you know, at the hands of minority. You know, maybe that's just life's goal. Okay, maybe they wanted it to happen. It's destiny, right? I've been watching. I've watched all of that fucking Bionicle documentary, by the way, by that like Saint guy. Oh, holy fuck, that was amazing, by the way. Everything was all predetermined by destiny the entire time. It was all real. Sorry, making a fired. Well, in the case of the game, it ended up being a heist for the greater good, didn't it? I mean, yes, ultimately, but at what cost? At what cost? Also, yeah, you never actually know what happens to the information after doing it. You don't know. You just completed the task, and that's it. Who knows if it actually helped anyone do anything? But that's it. Maybe that'll get explained in a future content update, perhaps. You can decide who the Nazis are. Well, they decide that themselves. Words have meaning. You may not know this, since you're literally called the characters fascists in this thread. I mean, you know. I thought we've determined that fascist doesn't really hold any meaning anymore. That's what happens when you use the Goebbels tactic. What is Goebbels? Oh, that reminds me. Speaking of, Greyhawk has been tuning in onto the YouTube VODs of these, by the way. And Greyhawk, if you're watching, I know. Okay, I know. It clued me in on what BIPOC means last time. I totally didn't know what BIPOC meant because I've never seen it used before. It's apparently a very common phrase in America. Like, fucking everybody knows it. It's Black, Indigenous, Person of Color is what it stands for. Or it's Black, comma, Indigenous, comma, or Person of Color. Or and Person of Color. Something like that. I have never heard that anagram ever. Like literally ever. Like, it's just, I don't know. That was my first time seeing it. And then I saw somebody else use the word POC. It now makes sense in my head what POC means. I get it. It just looked like a weird word. Same with Goebbels. I'll look this shit up. What the fuck is Goebbels? Goebbels. Wait, hang on. He's a guy. He's just some guy. Hold on, who is this guy? Joseph Goebbels. His name, I don't think it's actually Goebbels. I like saying the word Goebbels. I think it's like Goebbels. It's just gobbles. It's just gobbles. All right. He's an old guy, very old. Oh, so he's like a he's like an influencer. He's a he's the olden day influencer. He made like a bunch of propaganda that people followed. I see. That happens in the modern day. The Goebbels tactics. I see. I was use Goebbels tactics. I understand now. I get it. Fascists are called fascists. You really need to educate yourself a bit, son. Oof. Some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. I've heard this line before. I don't know if it's from Futurama or something, but I have heard that before. I think most people would prefer fascism over a government that does nothing to protect them from walking weapons that can self-destruct at any time in the name of decency and not being fascist. It's true. If anybody just had a slight argument with an anomal, it's basically like GG. Like, fuck, dude. And you wouldn't even know. Weird. Yeah, that's how the protagonists and you justify their crimes. But who knows? Every faction wants to use the proto-language for its own ends. We don't even see the ultimate outcome of giving the data to Nova Scotia. We don't know what they did with it, or if it helped anyone. They may have had good intentions, but so does every faction. All the villains are good people too, in their own words, they are. Fascists are called fascists. Well, exactly. Nothing to do with characters. Goebbelian indeed. What is... Alright. Goebbelian. It's, like, I didn't go to university, alright? I don't know about Goebbels. I don't know who this guy is, okay? I don't... Fucking hell. Oh, this is likely true, sadly. Oh, shit. That's interesting. Damn, Blackage. Damn. He knows. Pink lemonade. I think this is where things start to get a bit spicy. So, Loot Hunter. Oh yeah, because they called them anti-heroes, right? I made a slight nudge at this one. They're more like anti-heroes, and not so much villains, which, yeah, I know is still a weird dynamic. But the villains in this game are clearly justice. The main characters are still the bad guys in the story. It's just not as straightforward as blatantly good guys and bad guys. Wait, hang on. You just said that the blatantly bad guys, like justice is what? You just said that. The bit I did comment on a little later, and I didn't quote them specifically, I just kind of mentioned it, but like, I don't think, like, the game's villains are a partial bit of justice and purity. Not all of justice, though. I wouldn't say all of justice is bad. Now, I think it was, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but I might have, or I might have just said it to myself. Pax, if you were to view the world through Pax's eyes, Pax sees justice as bad. Okay? Pax sees all of justice as bad, but the player should hopefully have enough understanding that not all of justice is bad. You're shown different instances of justice being good, or nice, or wholesome, inclusive, diverse, even diverse, bro. But like, they're not all horrible. Like, they're not all bad people, okay? And I think the player who's playing the game should be able to recognize that. Pax doesn't. Pax doesn't give a shit. Pax doesn't care. But that's Pax is their own character, okay? Pax can do whatever the fuck Pax wants, and does, in most cases. So, you know, you're just witnessing a story unfold. You're not actually, like, you know, you can say choices matter all you want, but does it really? Does it really? I don't think it does. I don't think it does. But no, it's not as straightforward as the good guys and bad guys, all right? But no, it is clearly justice, all right? Anyway, sorry. On the first place, well, pretty sure the law states that justice discriminates. And yes, ultimately kills anomals. Characters say this. The law says this. Justice expresses this. The game world expresses this, etc. Like, it's all over the game. I mean, whether or not, like, they don't kill anomals in the game, by the way. They've probably presumably killed anomals, but they don't straight up just kill an anomal. They don't. They haven't. They might say that they do. They might have, but they don't show it. They don't talk about it. Which is interesting. Also, it's weird to say that justice discriminates when there was a whole scene about justice, like, not discriminating. Like, there is a difference between anomals and regular people that is worth keeping a track of, by the way. Like, there is a difference between how anomals treat the world around them and how society views anomals. Okay, maybe it's not just justice that despises anomals. Maybe it's the general public, you know? Maybe people just don't like anomals, whether they're jealous or they just find them dangerous. Okay, like, I don't know, man. I don't know if you're ever given an opportunity to talk to a civilian in the game, just like a random passerby that, you know, doesn't like it. Like, because there's the protesters, but they were just doing graffiti because they didn't like the politician. They weren't talking about anomals specifically. I kind of wish they were, actually. I kind of wish they were promoting, like, oh, anomals aren't that bad. Like, they were doing, like, that kind of graffiti or something like that. But no, it was against, like, a governor or something. The head of justice or whatever. Whatever the fuck it was. You know, maybe you probably should put whether some love or discrimination towards anomals just from the general public to either justify or unjustify justice's actions. I like how I use the word justice a few times there, because this knowledge doesn't exist, by the way. You have to, like, dig through layers and form your own interpretation, your own subjective interpretation of what the game story is trying to tell you, which is why it's so different and why everybody has so many different opinions on this, because it's not specifically said at any point in the game. But maybe, just maybe, if there was more concrete evidence for some of the acts that justice commits and some of the general public opinions towards justice was maybe, I don't know, looked at in a more a more thought out light, I guess you could say, because the information isn't there. What I want to see from justice isn't in the game. I want to know why they do this. I want to know more about them. I want to know what the fuck is going on. That's not talked about, and I would assume the reason why it's not talked about is because the game isn't like, oh, justice saves the day. No, it's about Pax and friends. And Pax doesn't give a shit about justice. So, like, of course, she's not gonna talk about it to anyone. Like, I don't know. It's just silly. And of course, like, you know what's funny about the whole echo chamber on the left wing stuff and Blue Sky and shit? Like, Pax's bundle of friends is basically an echo chamber. Because they're all anomals. They're all except Theo. But Theo also goes against purity. Theo is also kind of the voice of reason in a sense, in a few instances, but then just gets shut down, like, immediately by either Pax or somebody else. Like, one of the parts of the game I did like quite a bit was when the group was having the vote of kicking Ophelia off the team. I think they should. Okay? Ophelia has no correlation with them. Ophelia just went Nova, put a lot of people in danger. Could happen again. Who knows? They're dangerous, all right? but that gets completely shit canned because the game is on rails and you gotta finish the game. All right, Sai leaves, a whole bunch of crazy bullshit happens, a Rotown, battle of the bands, and then it's over. Then the game's over. I mentioned this in that little spicy review that I put down because there's definitely more to this game. There's more, and for some reason after the halfway point, there's just nothing. I don't know where it all goes. There's no like there's no campfire scenes after chapter 8. There's no like I guess proper meaningful character development with friends. The chapters go by so fast. Battle with the bands was a quick one. The bit with Sai leaving was a quick one. Like Rotown was a extremely fast one. It all goes by so quick at the end of the game, and I don't know, maybe they've done enough setup, but I feel like there's stuff missing from the later parts of the game that justify a lot of the actions for the characters. But whatever. Holy shit, simply. That's a lot of episodes, goddamn. Alright. Also, the lore might, but the game doesn't. Unfortunately. Wait, what the hell's happening here? True Sandy. Hang on. Use the full quote. Don't be shy. You know that misinformation like you just did by showing an edited quote is fascism 101, right? Changing reality to fit your narrative. Not surprising. It's just the lack of self-awareness is staggering. Hang on, what was this in relation to? Fascists are being called fascists. Oh, did he, hang on. Oh. I guess he still interpreted it, he just didn't, like, include it. I don't know why. I don't know why he did that. I don't believe you. Show examples. 4,000 episodes. That's a lot of fucking episodes, goddamn. Eliminated. And I don't believe you have even played the game. Okay, this is mind-blowing. I'm pretty sure Pink Lemonade saw the religion post, right? Like, it is well established that Houseman has in fact played the game and seen multiple playthroughs of the game and has provided evidence from his own playthrough of the game. Like, it is very safe to say, without a shadow of a doubt, Houseman has in fact played the video game. Also, if you're playing bingo, this is the part where you can mark off our call out for game ownership. You can't say that justice doesn't do anything to the anomalies and then go down this dialogue tree. Very much knowledge they want. And then, oh wait. Doesn't do anything? Yeah, they do something to anomalies, but they don't kill him. Like, they arrest him and shit. All this, dead people, silver sharks. For example here. Like, I don't buy the argument you're trying to make here. And I don't believe your claim that they didn't either. Like, the people that run justice and the other villains want to kill Pax and the crew. How is it so hard to understand? That it's right there. It's very... wait, what? Okay, I didn't read a lot of this to myself. I read some of it. But, like, they don't want to kill Pax. Like... the other villains, I know they mentioned it later about the Horn Raiders and stuff, but the Horn Raiders, they're not specifically out to kill Pax. The Horn Raiders will kill anyone. Civilians or innocents, it doesn't matter. Anomals, they'll just kill whatever. They don't discriminate with their deaths. Pretty progressive, I must say. I don't even know how they're left in check, alright? It was shown that Justice is scared of them, so... I don't know how they can be scared of them. They don't have any guns. But anyway, I guess they got Molotovs that can blow up vehicles, so that's pretty fucking dangerous. Anyway, sorry. Point is, they're not specifically trying to kill Pax, and Justice, who follows you around, is also not specifically trying to kill you, by the way. They want to ask you questions. I don't know why it's so hard to interpret, like, a police officer, oh, we just want to ask you some questions. How is that like, oh, we're gonna fucking kill you, cunt. Get out of the vehicle. Like... What? Also... They're criminals? What? Like, you know... a funny example of this, and you know what's really funny? The first instance where Pax meets Justice, and there's a combat sequence with Justice, the very first instance, Pax is the instigator. Pax started it. That's a problem that doesn't help this narrative, okay? And you could link every single instance of Justice following Pax around, like Walker and Kim, back to this Liberty incident. Because maybe it all started with Liberty. Maybe there were detectives on the Liberty crime scene and, you know, investigating the helicopter crash in the opium fields and whatnot, and, you know, found the tracks of the Cougar bus, all right? And then got details saying that, oh yeah, there was a Cougar bus heading this way. Like, yeah, we got to go check that out. Maybe they just been following the trail since Liberty, and what happened in Liberty was the Justice was just doing their job, getting rid of, you know, drug growers, all right? Getting rid of the opium field growers, all right? And Pax didn't want to surrender. It was, again, wrong time, wrong place. Pax obviously had no choice, okay? But Pax started it by attacking the robot. And then thus more Justice officials joined the fight, and then it all just broke loose. So Pax didn't want to submit, and thusly, you know, put everybody in danger. And of course, like, anyway, sorry. Here's some evidence that I have played the game. I offered feedback convincing enough to get the developers to change the game. That's the link to the religion thread, by the way. And I never said Justice doesn't do anything to anomals. Be sure to quote me accurately. I'm asking you to prove your claim that they kill anomals. You made the claim. You back it up with evidence. Just as villains want to kill Pax and the crew, how is it so hard to understand? Prove it! Justice captures Pax and puts her in a hospital. They don't kill her when they had the chance. The Puritans have them at gunpoint and allowed her to monologue instead of killing them all. Then, the head of Purity even has a gun and says something like, I don't want to kill you, but I don't feel morally obligated not to. And she still doesn't fire. Yeah, because Ziggy fucking knocks the fuck out. I know the scene he's talking about, and it is weird that she didn't shoot first. She could have. She should have, but didn't. And I'm pretty sure there's a reason for that. A lot of these factions, Justice and Purity, don't specifically want to kill anomals. They want to keep them alive. Specifically for obviously experimentation purposes. So you can't say that they're trying to genocide all of the fucking anomals. They'd be trying to detain them as the best guess. Justice is out there just to detain them specifically. I don't think they're out there to just, you know, cull the herd, so to speak. When do either Justice or the Puritans say they want to kill Pax and the crew? I think you're just making stuff up. Shit, I think he's onto something here. The Justice are the police. Police kill those deemed undesirable in America. What? Dustborn could have portrayed this more accurately instead of making them so friendly, though. Maybe they don't kill people? Maybe that's why they're so friendly? Jesus Christ. Lol, no. And I'm not even going to dignify this with any further discussion. I'm so glad Gorkster the other day was like, the game isn't ACAB. People certainly think the game is ACAB. Like, I'm blown away. I'm blown away. Because, like, I don't think Justice is all bad, alright? There are certainly people of Justice who do bad things. Again, I mention it later, but specifically the people who are doing experiments and, you know, maybe operating on anomals to learn more about the proto language. That's probably pretty bad, okay? But those aren't the same as the Justices that are going around and detaining everybody and investigating crime and just being the regular, you know, police force in charge. Like, they're not the same. Walker says as much at the end. He didn't know. He doesn't know. Even though Walker is presumably a very high-ranking official, he had no word. And, like, if you're like, oh, so you're gonna take the word of some crazy Justice villain, are you? It's like, I have no reason not to distrust Walker because he's done nothing to warrant distrust. He's never done anything bad in the whole fucking game. And you're gonna tell me now that, oh, I shouldn't trust him? That's weird. So, I think obviously he's telling the truth at the end of the game, being like, oh, he just didn't know about the justice experiments and whatnot, and like the normal kids and all the fucking all that crap, right? I don't think he knew. Sorry. Anyway, moving on. Holding 6. He's back. He's back again.
At this point, you're criticizing the game for not doing the thinking and labeling for you, but requiring you to pay attention to what's happening and forming your own judgment.
I think that's the problem. A lot of people have formed their own judgment, and they're coming to the wrong conclusions. They're coming to different conclusions, and this thus starts an argument. What?
Well, I strongly disagree to the idea that the game depicts the characters as heroes.
Really? Interesting. Could you elaborate on that?
There are a few situations in which the player with strong moral convictions might be brought in an uncomfortable situation, e.g. using Vox against our friends. If you miss that, then that says more about you than about the game.
Wait, but when you just like... Hold on. So, he knows they're not good people, right? But justice is somehow worse? Okay. Antifa, whatever.
The fact that misuse of a term exists doesn't render the term itself meaningless.
I mean, how can you take anybody who's using it seriously if people are misusing it every day?
In Dustborn, we are not shown actual eradication of anomalies, since we experience the world from the perspective of the main character, who happened to not get eradicated. But we can do the math.
Yeah, like 1 minus 1 is 0. I gotcha. I understand the math.
Well, from various facts in the game, we know that the Republic is a more dangerous place for anomalies than Pacifica, but anomalies still need to live undercover in Pacifica, and being discovered as an anomaly in Pacifica implies that you might lose all your wealth, since we also know that justice is invested in experimentation with children. All odds are that they invested in other behaviors of similar fascist states as well.
Wait, isn't that just... Aren't you just randomly inferring something now? What the fuck? Sorry. Creating animals has a...
Well, the fact that you present justice child experimentation as evidence that the Republic is not a fascist state is bewildering.
Like, at this point, I don't know what the fuck... I don't know why you keep using the word fascist here. I don't understand. Like... You're losing me, bro. You're losing me. Oh god. Okay, so this is the one I was dreading. This is the post I was dreading. I don't know if I'm gonna read it all, but let's go. Sai mentions, you know what cops do to people like us right at the beginning of the game? Yeah, what do they do? I know I'm basically just repeating what Houseman said because I know what Houseman said after this, but I find this interesting. It's like, what do they do? What do they do? What do the cops do? They don't say. What do they do? One of the choices, Justice pulls a gun out and threatens to get out of the vehicle or else before getting ran over. Okay, ignoring the getting ran over part. They're resisting arrest. They're fleeing a crime scene. One of them is shot. Clearly, they have something to do with what just happened in the town they're fleeing from. He has every right to place them under arrest. Your mistake. Riders, kill the Horned Raiders. Again, this isn't just anomals. This is everyone. They're not talking about anomals here. But I don't feel morally obligated not to. How is that not threatening one's own life there? Lol. She doesn't do it. She doesn't do it. And she hesitated. She should have just shot like Ziggy or something immediately. She just shot regardless. I guess they don't know what their powers are, so what's her name? The purity official wouldn't have noticed that Ziggy has speed powers and who to shoot first. Either way. Sorry. The town that Pax grew up in, she felt lucky because we were blessed to grow up in a place
where we were loved, protected, safe. We were freaks, but we were freaks together. I mean, was everybody freaks? Like everybody else in the camp also anomals? It only looked like Ziggy and Pax were anomals. Like, I don't think they would have been loved as much if the rest of the town knew that they were anomals. They come back, find out they were anomals, and then, oh, Jesus, fuck, all shit breaks loose. The one you thought we didn't know about, it was a refugee for the two of you. Z kept going out there, even after... What the fuck are you talking about here? What is that? What is that a quote of? She's a freak, and so are her friends. They're dangerous. Oh, this is Fred. They're dangerous. By the way, I love how you left that out, because that's a key determinant, legally speaking, right there. Oh, yeah. Wait, but if Fred knew that they're freaks... What? Hang on, this is opening up more holes than I knew of before. I didn't read too much into Liberty, in terms of the other characters' reactions to people like Pax and stuff, but now this is opening my eyes. My fourth eye is being opened. I don't understand how this is like an incorrect statement. Like, yeah, they are dangerous. Anomals are dangerous. That's not like a random thing. They just are. And the whole confrontation towards the end, you either walk out of there on your own 2 feet, or we'll drag you on your blank. I mean, if it's the confrontation at the end, yeah, they're probably gonna kill. Do you realize what has happened up until that point? To the end, right? And I'm assuming this is the part in Rotown, right? After they've already been outed as criminals? Like... I know Houseman brings up links here, brings up references, but like... Walker literally does say that he was following a trail of destruction and death. Which is not wrong, by the way. And like, I don't know, if you're dealing with a terrorist in real life, regardless if they're a minority or not, like, who's left a trail of destruction and death in their wake, what do you do? Just let them walk away? Like, what? Anyway, then you have the combat stuff, which, what do you think the goal of justice is then? Huh? The combat stuff. I wouldn't, okay, look. I would discontinue the combat stuff. I think that's just in there for the game to have like an engaging breakaway from the story. There's only like a couple of instances where I feel like there's questionable morality choices. The only one being in chapter 2 and I think the one in the Badlands. Oh, but I guess those aren't really... The only one that's a result of PAX is in chapter 2. But sorry, regardless, I would like to believe that Pax and friends are just knocking them all unconscious. Okay, I have no reason to doubt that they're actually killing them. I don't think anyone's killing anyone in those combat scenes. I think they're just there for fun. However, the helicarrier scene where Pax yeets the ball at the fucking Justice Operator hanging out there, drops from the fucking sky and fucking dies. That might have been the one and only body count that put Walker and Kim on Pax's trail to begin with. That one death right there probably would have been it, you know? I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. And also, like, again, Pax started it. Okay, come on now. The riders come back again. Yeah, they literally kill people, regardless of anomals. Then some of the robots try to kill them. What? They're just robots. They would kill anybody. Then, the old famous discussion between Pax and the two officers of justice in the diner, whereby, if you keep going, it just gets worse and worse. And then, like... I like how that was so done on intention to try to make it seem like, oh, the anomals are the bad guys, so we're gonna make people hate justice as much as possible. And like, if you know what justice is doing, if you know that if you know that
anomals are going out there, you know what anomals are doing, and they're like, they're a danger to society. You probably wouldn't want them just walking around randomly. You'd probably actually start to grow to dislike them over the years. Okay, like ever since the broadcast. You'd probably hate them. Maybe the members of Justice might have had family members who were lost in an anomal attack. Like an anomal going Nova might have taken out someone's dad. And maybe they just want to grow up and be part of Justice so they can, like, make the world a safer place for others. Maybe that could have been the backstory for those two characters sitting out in the diner. It's more fucked that you can get them to kill each other, though. That's kind of wild, alright? Like, holy shit. Then who's really doing the killing, alright? Sai expresses concern about not getting harmed. I mean, I wouldn't doubt you. Not killed. Harmed, by the way. I mean, like, you can be tortured. That can happen to anomals, I wouldn't be surprised. They obviously want to do experiments. Then the Overseer stuff, which of course... I mean, Purity is hunting them because of the heist, right? Like, because they stole something, not because they're just anomals, it's because they stole something. Then Justice shows up, looking for deviants. To do what, exactly? You have a choice here. Either walk up to them, and... they say stand back, and then they immediately attack you, and fire away. Just shows up looking for deviants. Where is this? I'm trying to think where this is. Because I don't remember this choice. In the Overseer stuff. Hang on. Is this all like in sequence? Is it? Because after the diner, I don't remember anything with the Overseer after the diner. I'm trying to remember like where this is. That obviously to detain them, by the way. Like obviously to detain them. Conversation right after the battle of the bands with the two cops. Another example of discrimination against anomals. Just discrimination, not genocide. Like, what? Then later on, keep your mouth shut or the snipers will fire. You'll be dead before you say. This is the part where they were found out as criminals. This is the part where they were known to be actual criminals from stealing from a bunch of places. Yes. That's, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. They're dangerous. And of course the whole, we don't want to kill you, but... Right after that. How else? How, like, they have tried everything to get to Pax, to get, like, just to get Pax to submit and surrender and talk, but she won't do it. So, yeah. What happens to Pax right before she gets captured? She gets stabbed by Justice. She gets stabbed by Kim because Kim was acting out of self-defense. Well, I say self-defense, but, like, she assumes Walker died. And later also admits to saying that she wouldn't have done it if she knew that she was pregnant. Like, period. She just wouldn't have done it. You know. Whatever, though. Whatever. Gets stabbed by just Justice, not Kim specifically. Just a Justice member. And since you left this out, we get to learn why Justice didn't want to kill her in that moment. And it was for the package stuff. Package stuff. They want me dead. Justice. At least we have some common ground. Implying multiple meanings here. Oh, when they're sitting in the hospital thing. I mean, I would imagine Purity would be like, Purity isn't hunting Pax specifically to kill them because of the fact that they're an anomal. Purity is hunting them because they stole something very important from Purity, and they will take it back at any cost. And that just so happens to be death, okay? Because they seem to have tried other ways and it just hasn't worked, all right? Then they get attacked by the Overseer stuff yet again. Give us the key or die. Basically, Justice in the mix. They've tried previously. They have tried many instances. Did you not see the chapter 4 scene where the Overseer was talking to them to comply? Like, I like it just occurred to me too. The whole scene in chapter 4 justifies their actions for why they are trying to kill Pax and friends. For Purity's side anyway, for Purity. Because the Overseer has already tried to contact them and be like, please just surrender and give us the thing and we'll let you go. Like, that's lit. That's all they want. It's just the data key. That's it. Pax says, fuck you, fascists, and then they proceed to just have this whole debacle afterwards. Like, Pink Lemonade, you're better than this, please, I know. You're much better than this. And this is just some of the events in the game. This isn't even what you can find via exploring the game, in which there are probably even more examples. Criminal claims, discriminates, and yes, ultimately kills. You forgot to bold in this part. What's going on supposed to this? Kill Pax and the crew. How's it so hard to understand? Yeah, that's the thing. It's not wrong to say that. The people that run Justice and the other villains want to kill Pax and the crew. Nor is it wrong to say that Justice shouldn't be lumped in either. It's worth noting what the moral running is for why they want to kill Pax, not just because they're anomals. Okay? Not just because they're anomals. This whole thing started because I think it was this guy that said like, oh, the Justice is just killing anomals or some shit. They're not specifically hunting them for being anomals. They have different reasons for wanting them dead. Like, again, Purity wants the data key. They said no. Justice is following a trail of destruction. It happens to lead to Pax and friends. They're basically terrorists. They gotta take them out. Fucking Horn Raiders just kill anyone. It doesn't matter. They're just comedic villains. They just kill whatever the fuck comes across their way. So, whatever. I feel like anomals are more of a threat to anomals, you know? Like, fuck. Sorry, Justice captures Pax, puts her in hospital. They don't kill her and have the chance.
This is the next scene after Justice Police Officer Kim actually tries to kill Pax in an act of supposed revenge.
Who got blood first in that instance then? Who tried to kill who first? Walker is presumed dead at this point because of Pax.
Also, Pax is an extreme exception because Justice is informed about her unique ability that sets her apart from other anomals, being able to create new vocals. Given that this ability could be useful for Justice and their purposes, it makes sense that they don't kill her.
When did they make that clear? When was this established before the hospital scene? Because in order to have not killed them after the hospital scene, they had to know about this before the hospital scene. They didn't know. They didn't know about the situation with Pax's voice, her vox. The only people who know this are her friends. Because she seems to have not said it to anybody outside of like Jacob and Sai. And Sai happens like during the game. Like, that's about it. Oh, and obviously like later on the rest of the friends too. But like, that's it. She doesn't tell Walker or Kim that,
hey guys, I can make new vocals by the way. Isn't that, check this out, bro. I can do a new thing now.
She doesn't say that. Like, they would have just killed her they don't know what her ability is. They don't know. Sorry, hang on. At the beginning of the game. Oh, and then, oh, right, Houseman goes across every single one of these. And what is it that they do? That's the question. You claimed that they kill anomals, but when you quote it doesn't say that. Suppose going to threaten the villains or else. And when you do this choice, do nothing, the cop has no reason to believe that anyone is an anomal. All he knows is that people are not obeying his lawful orders. He's just trying to uphold the law. That's it. He's just doing his job. Horn Raiders aren't law enforcement, so they're irrelevant here. We're talking about Justice and the Puritans. I feel like you could have doubled down on this one by saying that they just kill indiscriminately. Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't... They don't know that they're anomals. The Horn Raiders don't give a shit if they're anomals or not. Like, how does that make it relevant? Right through there. Of course it's a threat. But this is her last report, not her first. And there's no reason to believe that she is discriminating against them because they're anomals. She has a much more immediate reason because they stole data from them and were about to get away. Oh, he does mention it. Okay. He does. I might not have read all of this because I just kind of skimmed over it, seeing that he responded to everything. I didn't actually read that, but yeah. Like, Purity has their reasons for doing what they do, alright?
Safe from what?
Fair. So you keep going out there even after.
This tells me nothing. It's about a treehouse hidden behind some bushes in their commune.
Yeah, I don't know about this scene.
Who says this? Fred? Fred was right. They are freaks, and they are dangerous. Fred isn't Justice or the Puritans, so this is irrelevant. What do you think I'm asking you proof of? I'm not asking you to prove that anomals are discriminated against. I'm asking you to prove that the Puritans and Justice want to kill anomals because they are anomal.
I was saying you're walking on the routine.
I don't know who says this, but this isn't a death threat.
Let's get myself interested.
To detain, oh, he does say detain. To detain criminals. What do you think that the goal of every instance of violence is to kill?
He's got a point.
Riders and robots are irrelevant.
Irrelevant or irreverent? Reverent. That's it. The pastor. Irreverent. That's the one. Sorry, I learned about that word. Now I want to use it as much as I can.
Do they ever say that their job is to kill anomals? If not, then it's irrelevant.
It's so many uses of the word irrelevant today. Especially concerned about not getting harmed.
She is already a justice informant. If they know that she's an anomal, and if they wanted to harm or kill her, they could have done it already.
That is true. I imagine that they know about her being an anomal from the first time she was detained for doing the graffiti stuff.
What stuff?
What stuff? No choice here.
I don't know what scene you're referring to, but we don't know if these laser guns are lethal or not.
He doesn't know either. I don't know what this scene is, because the only thing that comes, like, it's weird because I thought this was in sequence, but I'm not sure. It seems like Pink Lemonade is talking about the scene at the lodge where Girl is. When you have the choice of defending the tourists or not. I think that's what this is referencing, where you could instigate a fight, but you don't have to instigate a fight. That's the only time I think you're given a choice where you don't have to fight justice, I think. I don't know if there's another scene that I'm missing here, but that's the only time, which is strange because this doesn't follow in sequence to like right after the diner scene. This is like way later. So I don't know, that confuses me a little bit, but because there is no like justice in chapter 4 outside of that first instance in the diner. So I don't know why I use the word then. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know why the word then is used, because then is like a fucking another chapter away. And even in that sense, like they have their reasons for if it is talking about the lodge specifically, they have their own reasons for investigating the lodge, like specifically.
Oh, hey there, Min3 Craft Mario. Lurking around, are we? That's fine. I like a bit of mystery. Enjoy the show, darling.
Like a bit of mystery. All right, sugar. What about Mr. Cups?
I didn't ask you to prove discrimination. I asked you to prove that they wanted to kill anomals just because.
It is pretty evident after reading this that all Houseman has asked for is just to back up the claim of that they want to kill anomals. And like, it's so hard for Pink Lemonade to find this claim because it doesn't exist. Houseman knows it's not in the game and it doesn't exist, and you can't show actual factual evidence that they specifically kill anomals because it's not there. Like, he knows that. So this is kind of ridiculous. Fucking hell. Anyway.
In this case, it's not because justice is hunting anomals. They're hunting anomal criminals who have, according to them, have left behind a trail of destruction, including dead soldiers, and some of them just kids.
Oh, I don't remember the kids part. But, yeah, he does actually have reason for this. This is the bit he's talking about. Enough. Left the trail of destruction behind you, dead soldiers, some of them kids.
You could have just left us alone.
or taking you into custody multiple times. Offenses, Board of Justice officials. Oh, interesting. It's interesting that Walker does mention this, because the only instance I would say that Pax has legitimately killed someone is either in the diner or in the chapter 2 like helicarrier scene. Those are the only two instances where Pax is directly responsible for killing someone. You could argue that in the Badlands she like accidentally got like a couple of them killed, but those aren't related to the actual justice officers he's talking about. Those are that's group B that I mentioned later. Those are group B justice officers. More importantly, surely this doesn't mean that all of the comments... If I could ask the devs one thing, like specifically Ragnar Thornquist himself, is Pax actually killing justice officers in the combat sequences? Like, is that actually happening? I don't believe it. But is that actually the case? Is that actually confirmed? Be an interesting hot take if it were confirmed. What happens before? Because the officer thinks that Walker might be dead. And of course, they're chasing dangerous criminals. She probably has strong feelings for him as well. Damn, that's reading into it. Goddamn. Walker doesn't want her dead at all. Hang on. Oh my god, hold on. Fuck.
Walker's a good man. He actually thought it was possible to save you people. That you could be reasoned with. Look where that got us. If he dies...
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, they play justice up to be... Well, like, again, there are two sides to this. There's the group A, which aren't bad guys. Like, the justice that follows you around, like Walker and Kim and all them, they're not bad guys. They don't seem like bad guys and have no reason to be bad guys. It's the other justice officials, the ones that are doing experiments, that are the bad guys. I mentioned it before, but there's like no correlation between... There's no like differing factor between these two sides of justice. So people like Pink Lemonade, for example, obviously can get confused and that they're just all justice. They're all justice because why not, right? They have no reason to believe otherwise. Stuff again, the kids are just the mix. Because they're criminals, not because they're poor, discriminated against animals. Nothing story 2. Only 2 characters die. One is an accident, and the other is some poorly explained child for poorly explained reasons. Wait, here's die within the story 2. Wait, who dies? I mean, because that... Who dies? Like, outside of the... One is an accident. Theo. Right. That's one. Who's the other one? Poorly explained child for poorly explained reasons. I'm assuming the accident one is Theo. I don't, poorly explained child for poorly explained reasons. I don't know what he's referencing here. I'm not sure. Sorry. No, the original claim was... kills in the first place, and then you said... discriminates, and yes, ultimately kills anomals. Then you changed it from justice to all the villains, and from they want to kill anomals to they want to kill the crew specifically. Like, my goodness. And it's like, yeah, I guess if you say all the villains want to kill the crew, yeah, that is what happens. But that's not the topic of this discussion. It's that justice wants to kill anomals specifically. That's what's trying to get defended against. Oh my god, there's still more. No! She just gets stabbed once, and then lectured at knife point, before getting thrown away by the robot. Oh, by the way, I did, like, send a friend request to Houseman, but Houseman said no. So I tried, okay? I tried. I would like to get more of Houseman's knowledge on this, but I mean, I don't know if he thought I was some kind of like staunch defender of the game or something because I played it and have like fucking 40 hours in it or something. But like, don't worry, Houseman. I would love to send you another friend request, but I'm not that needy. If you said no, that's okay. I'll respect that. But again, unless obviously there's somebody like Jimsid, in which case I will bombard your inbox with friend requests if you are Jimsid, okay? But again, this isn't evidence that Justice wants to kill us anomals, sorry, kill all anomals, simply because they are anomals. To her, this was personal because she thought something might happen to Walker. I mean, might have happened to Walker. The claim that Pink Lemonade was supposed to be providing was never Pax and the crew were in danger. You were the one who made the original claim, but since you don't seem interested in providing it, Pink Lemonade stepped up. Also, killer. Sure, that's a theory, but I would still like some proof that Justice kills anomals as a general rule. God, I love talking about Dustborn. So I fucking love Houseman is really into this, or he's really into this. Oh my god, now Loot Hunter's onto this? Really? And what exactly villainous things have they shown us doing? Upholding the law by going after Pax's sister's weed? Trying to detain a girl whose abilities were way beyond even Pax's, so she was actually very dangerous? Detaining a party's bus for a check, as they had every right to be suspicious of it? And that is true. It comes to good guys, not straight for the bad guys. And that's exactly the point of contention. They are presented to us as the good guys. Even what they do is not all that different from what Justice and Puritans do. Wait, he's not wrong. Oh, dude, I got a little award. Holy shit. I didn't notice. I wonder if that came from Houseman, actually. Ooh, because I did say this. This was my attempt to, I guess, weigh in on the conversation as it was happening, because I woke up and I saw this and I was like, ooh, okay, hang on. Something's getting interesting here. What do you mean, lore says? As far as I remember, all the information we are given is given from the point of view of Pax and Co. So it's not necessarily correct. In fact, we were shown several times that Pax and others had been misinformed about some issues. We can trust only what we actually see happen on screen, and nothing Justice does on screen shows them being fascistic? Is that a real word? Or unnecessarily cruel to anomals. Heck, they don't even kill Pax when they capture her and don't mistreat her in any way, even as she is a dangerous criminal. You know what would be interesting? I know they wouldn't do it. I know they wouldn't do this because it might be a little too offensive to some people. They wouldn't show somebody who has like Vox powers being tortured or experimented upon. They wouldn't show that specifically. Like, it would be nice to, let's say, have some implications towards it. Like, you're going through the Justice facility that raised anomals and stuff. The one where you have to go and get CT, right? Like, CT fucked off and went downstairs to someplace. You're going through that, like, school, essentially. It's just like an underground school, basically. That's all it is. It doesn't look anything out of the ordinary. It's just a school. It would be nice to sort of lean into the more like, oh, Justice is the bad guys in this scenario. And you can do that by having certain rooms or maybe certain conversations with certain people. Like, they meet Eli. It would be nice if Eli maybe said something about certain children being taken away and experimented upon or something like that. Or like, because Eli was one of the ones that was created after the broadcast. Like, Eli and all the others were created and then trained specifically in that facility. And, you know, it would be nice to see more of that, because all it looks like is that they just had, I don't know, a proper education and stuff in an underground facility. Like, that's all it looks like. Like, it looks like a refuge in a sense. It doesn't necessarily look like a bad place. Like, it's like the vaults from fucking Fallout. I don't know. Anyway, sorry. As a dangerous criminal, I'm inclined to agree with Houseman. From the evidence, from the events depicted in the game, the majority of Justice don't seem like bad people. Only the one doing, oh fuck, I should have edited this. Only the ones doing the experiments and hanging around the spooky facilities are the bad ones. Other Justice members are just doing their job, trying to keep the peace. Given what Walker said at the end, it's safe to assume that both of these Justice groups are unrelated to each other. This is something that isn't shown very well throughout the game. I mentioned earlier that, like, I'm glad the game isn't ACAB. It doesn't seem to push that narrative that the game is ACAB as the player. Pax sees them as all bad, but the player shouldn't. The player just definitely should not see them as all bad. The player has no reason to. Because, like, you're given that distinction between the two different Justice groups at the end. Granted, I really hate that it's at the end of the game. Like, I really, really hate that. Because this game could do with another, like, 10 chapters talking about it, okay? Like, just a little bit more information, please. Maybe that'll be in the content update with CT, because CT is, you know, from a facility and there's a bunch of robots and stuff, so maybe it's going to talk more about it. That would be neat to see, but, you know, who knows? Oh my god, why'd you quote the whole thing? Then you changed it from Justice to all the villains, and oh right, fucked up the quote. It seems like you can't use your imagination here. Oh, whoa, what happened there? Oh. Okay, VTuber Studio is doing some weird shit that I've never seen before. I'll have to keep that in mind for later. Sorry. It seems like I can't use imagination. I wonder where that came from. Like, you have to have something super literal. Like, why even have a game then at all based on, like, a fictional universe? Like, why even just have, like, any words in it? Just use your imagination, bro. Just fill in the blanks. People want to have something to base their opinions on. Otherwise, you're just showing them, like, soup. And everyone's gonna taste the soup differently, alright? Like, I don't know. Like, it's like, look at this black dot, and it's like, what does the black dot represent to you? Like, maybe you can have a little bit more reference. Like, let's say there's text on the screen that says this is a black dot. Okay, then, like, yeah, wow, look, it's a black dot, guys. Like, you want me to use my interpretation to have a vivid imagination on what's actually happening in the game? Then why even have any lines of dialogue in the game? Why even have any story at that point? Just use your imagination, bro. Just make it all up as you go along. Fuck it. It's like Scrooge trying to defend that Pong has a political meaning. It's like, it doesn't. It just doesn't. Like, I don't know where you get that from. Anyway, sorry. Like, do what? Oh, I don't know. Get potentially killed by Justice? Okay, so here's the problem here. Use the word potentially. So you don't know, right? Like, you don't know. You don't know that they're gonna get killed or not. That was the whole point, was to prove that they do. If you can't prove that, and this doesn't, then that doesn't solidify. The only thing that can justify if Justice is out to kill anomals is the word of the devs at this point. Like, Red Thread has to step in and be like, we don't condone the death of anomals. Justice is not out to just specifically kill anomals. Okay, like, that's all they can do at this point. And they'll be rejoicing in the streets if they said that. Like, well, actually, the cop does know about information regarding to the heist, so it can be possible for them to know that they were anomal. I mean, like, wait, you're talking about the cop at the beginning? Did they actually send out like a nationwide message being like, guys, be on the lookout for like fucking 4 anomals and a Holden Commodore, watch out, they're coming at you hot, better be prepared for that? I don't think they are. I don't think they are. I'm pretty sure he was on patrol trying to keep an eye on the citizens leaving Pacifica after the heist announcement. And this car just happened to be very suspicious because either A, it didn't slow down, or B, it stopped, and it just so happened that there was somebody with a gunshot wound in there. Like, yeah? You don't think he's not gonna notice that? Anyway. Sorry, Horn Raiders aren't law enforcement. And other villains. Yeah, we talking about this, you know. I wasn't talking about Puritans or justice. I mean, regardless, they kill indiscriminately. Like, they're not out to hunt anomals. I don't know why you would think that Horn Raiders kill specifically anomals. That's just weird. That's just really weird. Well, it's a last resort. It doesn't change anything legally speaking. That would still be considered an intent to kill under law. Is this a quote? What the fuck is it? Oh no, this is a quote. Yeah, but not... but not for them being an anomal. What? Not for them specifically being an anomal. Like, it's like the game... It's like trying to say that the game is, like, is showing all of these hate crimes with no evidence of the game ever performing any of these hate crimes, like, at all. It's crazy to me that this is just going right past this person's head. Like, I don't get it. This tells me nothing. This should tell you at least someone died leaving the camp, lol. I mean, somebody died in the fucking helicarrier, though. This was the character. Well, wait. That happened right before the statement that you quoted, which changes that statement. You can't quote that, miss that, and have it pass on as if it had a different meaning. That was why I was like, why did you leave that out? That's rather important to mention because it changes the whole statement. They're dangerous. So if the Puritans kill them, they kill them. And not, the Puritans ultimately didn't want to kill them. What? I don't understand this. This was this character. Hold on. What is this in reference to? Look, I don't know, man. I don't know where this was in reference to. I can't comment on this. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Furthermore, the Puritans are led by the Overseer. The Overseer literally states multiple times that they want to kill the anomals and take and harness their power, word for word, in multiple instances. Hence why I said, oh, the Overseer stuff is obvious. And the Overseer is above the Puritans. They are led by the Overseer. What about the Chapter 4 stuff, though? Like, I'm tempted to go back through the archives and have a look at what the Overseer said in Chapter 4, because the Overseer literally talked to them specifically about the heist. Like, specifically. That answers, like, pretty much this entire statement. Well, that rebuts it anyway. The stuff that happened in Chapter 4. I don't know if these laser guns are lethal. Yeah, sure, lol. The laser guns aren't lethal. What's next? Explosions aren't like... Look. I'm with Houseman on this one. No one actually shot the fucking gun. Like, no one actually shot the laser gun at any point to harm anyone. The closest you can get is, what's his name, Mike or some shit? The guy that you can get Ziggy to knock out instantaneously and just is irrelevant for the entire game. He had a gun, didn't use it. He's also the only one that actually had a gun in the entire fucking game. Like, where are the other guns? Also, if you were talking about the snipers, like, let's take the like, I don't want to talk about the combat, right? Because that's fucking stupid. But, like, let's talk about the combat. The snipers shoot you with their bullets. Does it kill you? No, it takes off like a little bit of health. So I don't think their weapons in general are designed to kill you. I think they're designed to knock you unconscious. Which is also, again, you can go back to the diner scene. Maybe they are just unconscious. Maybe they're not killed. You know, who knows? The only person who knows that is, like, the dev. All right? It's the only person. Maybe they're just sleeping. All right, bro? Maybe they're just sleeping. So I guess Walter was lying then, in front of justice. Why? What is this in reference to? What was that in reference to? The Overseer is doing both. It's not either or. Well, most of the crew is anomals, so what's wrong with that? Oh, because they want to kill the entire crew. What's the crew's anomals? What about Theo then? Is Theo just right to go free because he's not an anomal? Like, is he just right to leave? Like, it's just a coincidence that they just happen to pick a bunch of anomals, you know? Which is why I would like to see how Pax and friends interact with people who aren't anomal. You know, just regular civilians. I don't know if that's ever shown. I don't think it is ever shown. Oh my god, this stuff too. Firstly, I never said all anomals. I just said anomals. That's basically all anomals. Who the fuck? Is there people that are anomals that aren't anomals? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Now you're losing me. You're losing me. Secondly, that is a horrible mischaracterization of what happens in that scene. Lol. Mischaracterization. Like this? Hang on. Oh, wait. When was this? This looks different. Oh, no, that's right. I thought that was like the edit, but never mind. I don't think that's a horrible mischaracterization. I think that's exactly what happens. I think that's exactly what happens. Thirdly, I also never said that it was established, that was an established rule either. I just said that they want to kill anomals. That's it. Like, of course they probably killed anomals. Like, that isn't ridiculous to say. They probably killed anomals. Probably. It's like a 50-50 chance if they killed an anomal. I don't think their entire goal, their entire existence is to specifically kill anomals though. Like to genocide the population of anomals. I don't think that's what they're talking about. I don't think that's what they're doing. I don't think that's what their goal is. They've never shown that. They only just discriminate against anomals because they don't like people having this like dangerous power. That's it. That's literally it. What I'm doing, uploading the law. Nope, irrelevant. I don't care about what justice is morally or immorally doing. I think this is kind of a huge point. I think you should care about what they're doing morally or immorally. I think that's like, wait, hang on. You can't say this after saying just use your imagination, bro. You can't say this after saying that people should just use their imagination. He's using his imagination. Do you not want people to use their imagination? Or do you want to take things literally as well? Because now you're contradicting yourself here. I didn't catch up on this before. I probably should have read this because like maybe this could have been ammo. All right, maybe because now Pink Lemonade is contradicting themselves. Are they a villain in the game? Yes. As much as the overseer. Wait, no. Not all of Justice is the villain. No, they're not all the villain. I don't know why this is so hard to understand. They're not all the villain. I don't think Walker and Kim are the villain. They're played like villains. They're played like antagonists, but they're not. Yes, as much as the Overseer, no. But they are still considered a villain out of many other villains. Same goes for the, like, Pax perceives them as villains. From Pax's point of view, they're villains. From the player's point of view, they're not, and they shouldn't be. Same goes for the, well, Pax and the crew are morally or immorally speaking is similar to this. So why? It's not relevant. What? So, wait, hang on. So Pax and Friends' morals are just not part of the equation. Like whether they steal or like take stuff for granted and like do criminal acts is just, it's not warranted. Like, what is happening here? You're like treading on your own 2 feet. What's going on? There is admittedly one good point here. The story is from a Pax and crew perspective, but I would also argue that in the game, that disinformation is also rampant within other parties. So, if we were to go off of that, then nothing that neither me nor Houseman said would be reliable. I mean, this could easily be summarized by either Walker and Kim's like backstory. Like, you know what would be cool to see? I don't think they'll ever do this, but this would be really cool to see. If they showed you Walker's POV, like as sort of like a brief snapshot, like through the game. They don't have to do this, but it would be really cool. To let's say, because it's unconfirmed if Walker arrived at Liberty and like investigated the scene. If it started there, like let's say Walker's story starts with like, I don't know, him being put in the position that he is, right? And you get to see Justice through his eyes, right? And this could have made for some really good like intermediate like chapter breakups. Like let's say you go through chapter 3 and then like you play as Walker going to chapter 2 to see the events of chapter 2. and like you have like this little short, like 30-minute like side content of seeing what Walker is doing in these scenes. That'd be pretty fucking cool, actually. I kind of like that idea. And like, if you are playing as him, you are allowed to raise questions to either your other Justice members or Justice officials, whoever's putting you on these assignments to investigate these crime scenes, about like, hey, who are these Justice guys? I haven't seen this name tag before. And they're like, you're not here to ask questions, Walker, you're here to look for answers. Like, imagine if imagine if that was the case, and that made him more suspicious towards like Justice's activities throughout like his investigation. That'd be pretty cool. And then like, you know, you arrive in the crime scene in chapter 2, and like you sort of get an idea. You maybe even question some people of Liberty who decided to stay and maybe have gotten arrested or detained, who didn't leave with Annie and friends. And like the question about like, maybe even one of them's like Fred, probably. Like you talk to Fred and Fred's like, oh, you want to know about PAX? Let me tell you about PAX, all right? Or maybe not specifically Fred, because I'd just give it a dead giveaway. Like probably some rando. Like, yeah, like a bunch of people came in. They were pretty unique because they had very unique characteristics. They were anomalies and whatnot, and they had like this bus, right? And they were left in this bus. And then like Walker gets another report later on about I don't know, the fucking not the diner scene. Or maybe the diner scene, actually. The diner scene would be a good one, actually. Maybe just having a break with the crew, like Walker and Kim just hanging out, and then they get like intel being like from Betty being like, oh, you're just like those anomalies that were here earlier. And Walker's like, what? Yeah, they had like a tour bus and whatnot. Wait, they were here? And then like Walker goes off to go and find them, and then like you're seeing these like snippets of what's happening throughout the game through like Walker's eyes, and then maybe even pick you know, Walker-centric dialogue when confronting PAX, you know? Wouldn't that be fucking wild? All right, and then it all like links up and converges at the end. Sorry, the Dustborn isn't that, actually. Shit, I'm sorry. Anyway, that would be really cool though. That'd be really cool. Again, irrelevant to the discussion. I'm like just trying to help, okay? Pink Lemonade, I'm just trying to help, okay? I'm trying to just give my 2 cents. I'm sorry. I didn't know you were like the judge, jury, and executioner on what's considered a part of the discussion. I'm sorry. On the contrary, not only that's relevant, that's the whole point. Justice and Puritans are declared as villains. They are called, at least, Justice fascists. And yet, in the game, nothing is shown that would support those claims. Puritans chase the crew because the crew had stolen their stuff. Justice tries to catch the crew because the crew are dangerous criminals. Wow, he's got the facts. He's actually got the facts. Holy fuck. Yet the game time and again tries to convince us that everything morally questionable we do is for the greater good, or justifies because we are the oppressed, while actions of Justice and Puritans are condemned.